What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? This one's gonna be a special one. This one's gonna be a special one, y'all. This one's gonna be a special one. Y'all tap in. Y'all tap in.
Your time
the last one, and then we getting started. Let's go, man. Let's go, man. We leveling up. Let's go.
So what? Took your hit and then I leveled up.
Whatever you going through, it's time
It's
to
sad
level
'cause you
up.
can't say that this is your fault. This is your bad news. Do you know what you lost? Get to know who you really are. Try to play, try to tell me I would lose. Was a shame, this was a game to you. Blow my brain,
I hope y'all ready, man.
all your bad news. Try to damage my name with all of your fake news. And I see just who you are.
Let's go.
Was it hard when you fell from all the ashes you burned up? Take it far.
All right, one more song, y'all. One more song. This last song, and then we starting. Let me tell y'all something, man. It's no time to be playing games. We're getting started.
You remind me of, never mind me of, never mind me of. I see your eyes, I hear your light. You try to hand me up, just go and let me go. We can go and flow.
Let's go. One more time.
Don't get emotional.
They say you on the inside. Okay.
Let's just take it slow.
Let's go.
You're the one I want, you're the one I want. You know the skies, yeah, you're the only one.
The last one, and then we on there.
Feel it on the inside. Yeah.
Y'all ever spoke something into reality?
It happens.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
I feel it on the inside. I know it's mine. It's my right. I feel it on the inside. I know it's mine. It's from divine. Feel it on the inside. I know it's mine. Yeah, it's from divine. And me, and I got it out the mud in you. Tried to hold over grudge and I know that I gotta slide in through. 'Cause you always tryna hate in me. I'm feeling different feelings godly. You try to hate with an enemy. I got no friends so that I see that I can trust nobody. Godly, I'm feeling godly. To the God I speak.
Let's go.
I bow down to thee. I'm feeling love from me. This is my majesty. Yeah, my majesty. Yeah, so I feel it on the inside. I know it's mine. It's from divine. Feel it on the inside. I know it's time. It's time to shine. Feel it on the inside.
Guys, I feel it. Man, boy, I might have to do that. Listen, y'all, real quick, I do want to let y'all know we done restocked the crystal shop, so y'all make sure y'all go ahead and check it out. What I'm wearing right now is some drip. So y'all make sure, maybe that's why I'm feeling like how I'm feeling. But listen, let me tell y'all something. Whatever the fuck you think is not going your way, that is an illusion. You think it's not going your way, but it's really going your way. You just don't know it. You see, a lot of times when you see things not working for you, hold on, child, hold on. I gotta put the Instagram on. I gotta put the TikTok on. I'm over here starting with the messages. Hold on. This is a big deal, guys. This live is a big deal, y'all. Let me tell y'all something. This live is a big deal. If y'all saw from my Instagram, if you saw from my Twitter why this is a big deal, this is a big, guys, 2-3 years ago, I was just in my mama's house, literally just making videos at the crib. Now we got Bye Felicia, Angela Means tapping in today. We got a legend tapping into this live today. We have a legend tapping into the live today. Y'all can't tell me manifestation not real. Y'all can't tell me manifestation not real. Y'all can't tell me manifestation not real. Hold on. Y'all can't tell me manifestation not real, y'all. Let me tell y'all something. So really, she's gonna join in a couple of minutes, but I gotta talk to y'all real quick. First things first, make sure y'all go ahead and check out the crystal shop because we just added some more stuff on it. But y'all, this is a big deal. The lady who played Bye Felicia, she's also on House Party. So the lady that played Bye Felicia on Friday is joining this live. And you guys will be so surprised to see, not surprised, but you got to understand this lady is so much bigger than that role. This lady is highly educated. Highly educated. I was watching one of her interviews and she was talking about numerology. That's how I knew. I was like, yeah, I need to talk to her. Let me tell you something, man. A lot of y'all are starting to see things leave your life and unfold, and it's breaking your heart. But remember what I said on Instagram and on TikTok and on YouTube. Sometimes God has to break your heart to save your soul. So you seeing people leave your life, you seeing people treat you wrong, you like, God, why you doing this? Things are getting canceled. You like, God, why? Because God is like, you may want to settle, but what I have planned for you, I'm not going to settle. You got to understand. You got to think bigger than what you're asking for, because a lot of y'all not getting what you want because it's beneath you. You need to go bigger. Man, whenever things are not working the way I want them to, I surrender. Whenever things are not working the way I want them to, I surrender. And the reason why is because you never know what's happening behind the scenes. You never know what's happening in the rooms that you're not in. You see, God, universe, creator, whatever it is that you want to call it, has a funny way of serving you. You'll be thinking God is punishing you, not realizing it's actually a setup. Remember, those blessings usually come from the back door while you're looking front. Those blessings are usually blessings in disguise. Let me tell you something. A present, a gift, a blessing is usually wrapped up in a box. When you think about Christmas, when it's Christmas, your gift is not just there. Your gift is wrapped up. And sometimes when they want the gift to be even more exciting, they'll even disguise it as something else. They'll make you think, oh, you just got socks, but in reality, you got a whole new car outside. That's the beauty about blessings and gifts. You'll be thinking you ain't got shit. Next thing you know, you turn around and it's a big blessing behind you that you would have never even thought. You over here upset because of the trick that they put in front of you to make you think that was your gift. You know, let me tell you something. You know you are deserving of very big things. So why do you keep thinking that God don't got your back? I don't know who needs to hear this, but your faith needs to be big right now. Because what God and what the universe and what everybody, what your spiritual people are doing for you beyond the realms, you're not going to be able to see it. And I keep telling you that. You're not going to be able to see it. I'm on fire today, guys, because I'm grateful. I told my ancestors, I said, ancestors, give me the words to speak. Give me the wisdom. Give me the questions. Give me the things that I need to say for whoever is in here, because today is a special day. You see, you probably was crying today. Today's the 11th. You probably was emotional today. But you got to understand how to use that emotional energy to work for you. So instead of being sad, I need you to be on fire. I need you to be happy. Use that emotional energy to work for you. When you finish with this live, when you finish with this video, when you finish with whatever it is that you watching me, you better make sure you go manifest with this fire that I am giving you energy to eat off of. But you better do it right and use it right. You better use it right. Yo, whatever it is that you was crying about, babes, what if I told you it's not even as bad as you think? And the reason why I say that is because the reason why you were crying was actually the seed that you need to get to the next thing that you want. You see, 2 days ago, I was upset in my bed. I was like, damn. It's like, why people treating me like this? How can people do me like this? How can people this? How can people that? Why is my heart being taken for granted? Why is this? Why is that, babes? Let me tell you something. Stop questioning. Stop questioning your path as if it ain't always worked out for you. Stop questioning your path as if you ain't seen the miracles that work. Stop questioning your path like it don't get darkest before the sun come out. If you're in a dark period, understand. It's because the sun and the rainbow is about to follow up. Y'all ain't never did crypto or trade and peep that the people who make the most money is they make the most money when the market is doing the worst. You over here feeding the fear. You over here thinking, oh my God, what is happening to me? What is happening to me? Not realizing this is a setup for you to get what you want, but you can't keep thinking about it as if it's something negative. You have to ask yourself, okay, what is going on right now? Like, why is this happening? Why am I losing people? No, babes, you're not losing people. You're gaining what you need to gain, but it takes space and energy. So God is just making space. God is just making space, my love. God is just making space for you, babes. But you got to trust the process. 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 So, what we're about to do is I'm going to get this Discord together. And I had to give a quick little message before. I just had to give a quick little message before she come on here, because I gotta talk to y'all. I can't just be like, woo, here we are. Other people, you know what I'm saying? I like to talk to y'all a little bit, give y'all the energy, hype y'all up for what's about to happen, because y'all have to understand, man, for my people that's been rocking with me since day one, y'all can see how I've been speaking to y'all everything that I'm doing now. I've been speaking it to y'all. I've been telling y'all. And all I want you to do is, this is not for me to brag on you. This is for me to make you realize you have the same ability. You get what I'm saying? When I asked Angela, I said, Angela, hey, I would love to have you on live, and I would love to, interview you. I would love to talk to you. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, oh my gosh, I love you. And I was like, you love me? You love me? Oh my God, you love me? I was like, wow. That goes to show sometimes you out here, you never know who's watching you. You never know who really fucking with you. But sometimes y'all can be so much in your own head, you don't even realize that people really resonate with you. You feel me? So what I need everybody to do right now, I need y'all to go to my YouTube, because I'm not going to leave this Instagram and TikTok up. I need you to go to my YouTube. All right?
Oh,
Hey, okay. Hey,
I
okay.
don't know if I'm.
Wait.
Am I okay?
Wait. I don't want because I'm live right now. So hold on. So I'm gonna put it so they can see you. First of all, hold on. Now I'm not even gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna say nothing just yet. Let me just let them see what's going on. I was just giving them the little introduction. You know what I'm saying? Letting them know
Okay.
how important this is. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's.
Am I okay? Like where I am? Do I need to do anything else?
You're perfect. You look beautiful, by the way.
Okay. Perfect's good.
All right.
Look who's talking.
Let me go ahead and set this up. All right, y'all. Everybody on TikTok and Instagram, y'all come and join us on YouTube, because this conversation is going to be a very
I'm gonna make my coffee right quick.
Do what you got to do. This is going to be a highly educated conversation. I want you guys to be able to watch this happen. Okay. So link is in the bio, and click YouTube. Let's close out YouTube and TikTok so everybody can All right. So I'm gonna go ahead so people can see this screen. All right. Display.
I've been working all day.
You been working?
Yeah, I just bought a house down in Texas, so it's an Airbnb house.
Oh, nice.
So we're just getting it together. Yeah, it's a good investment. Airbnb's gonna be around for a while. I think people are gonna start living in them.
Okay, hold on. All right, we almost set up. We almost set up. We almost set up. Okay, okay, okay. I just want to make sure everybody can see us perfectly and clear. Okay. And I think.
Let me run to the bathroom right quick, sweetie.
You go ahead.
2 seconds.
All right. Okay, so. All right. Thank y'all for following. We almost there, y'all. Almost there. Be patient. Be patient. Okay.
Here I is.
All right. Okay, they can see you now. And
Okay.
first of all, I have to show so much deep gratitude. They said turn up the volume. Okay, I just want to make sure everybody can hear you. I want to make sure. Okay. All right, you guys let me know. Is my mic low? Can y'all hear her? He said your mic is a bit low. Okay, so
Can you
my
hear me
mic.
now? Can you hear me now?
It's
Oh, I'm
my mic.
sorry. Let me
You
talk
good?
over you.
Okay, making sure everybody can hear me. Making sure everybody can hear me. Can y'all hear me? Okay. Y'all let me know now. Y'all know y'all my little guides. Can't hear you. Perfect. Okay, cool. All right. Y'all go. It's good. Okay, great. So first of all, I just want to show so much gratitude for you even joining this, being able to just talk to you. Like, I've watched your interviews. I've seen how intelligent and the things that, like, I was watching your interview and you were talking about numerology, and I'm very big into numerology, right? And I looked at your birthday and I was like, it's so funny. She's breaking down 19. And it's crazy because your birthday is a day before my mom's birthday. So my mom's November 20th, right? But you're born the year of the cat, right? And I'm born the year of the cat, and I'm also a Scorpio. Let me make sure that this isn't covering your face, the little chat. So I was like, this is such a special birthday. And this, I wanted to tell you, you know, we're both being born the year of the cat. This has been a great year for us. This is the year of the cat. You get what I'm saying? And I know 2017 was our enemy year. That was the year of the rooster. So 2017 probably was really, really rough for you. Hold on, let me make sure you can't even see me. Hold on, I just realized that.
Wait, hold up 1 second. There's so many years out there for me. I was actually born the year of the rabbit.
Yeah, so that's the thing. So the year of the rabbit, in China they call it the year of the rabbit, but in Vietnam they call so it's the same thing. So it's just interesting. I looked at your birthday today, so I thought it was just so interesting. I was like, whoa, like this was in total alignment. And then the fact that your birthday is a day before my mom's birthday. So what I can tell you from your birthday is that you're in a point of your life where communication, community, using your throat chakra is very big right now. This is also a time where you may find that you are more creative, you're more childlike, you're more youthful. Also, you being born, you're a life path 4. So you couldn't cut corners. That you could not, you had to work hard to get to where you are. Like 4 life paths are the hardest workers. And y'all love it. Y'all love it. It's like y'all like addicted to working hard. Like y'all like I'm laying in the bed for 20 minutes. I gotta get up. I gotta do something. You know what I'm saying? But then you're born.
I feel guilty if I'm not doing something.
And you're born on the 19th. So, 1 + 9 is 10, which is basically 1. So you have a very leadership mentality. Like you have that. So you're a 4 life path and you're born on a 1 day. So listen, all I know is you're like, hey, I need this like this. Yeah. So I already know you're like, I need this like this. Don't come on now. I just need to be correct. Make sure my house clean. Don't play with me. You're very leadership. You know what I'm saying? Some people who aren't really used to strong personalities or people who know what they want and are on path will feel intimidated or they will get sensitive. But that ain't your problem because you're doing what you're supposed to do. You get what I'm saying? So what I really wanted to listen, we're going to talk about it. I do know, looking at your birthday, I know that earlier in your life, and this is all using straight numerology, earlier in your life, what you could have struggled with is people talking about you. Everything growing up, like from just, from adolescence to like young adult, you dealt with people talking about you. And a lot of times these people talked about you because maybe you had strong opinions on what you were doing, or maybe you just had people talking about you for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? And after that, you
are so awesome.
Thank you. And then after that, maybe mid adult age, you started to see more people surround you. You probably found yourself getting more emotional too. But you also started to see that more people were surrounding you. More people were coming to you and just telling you their story. For whatever reason, you're like, what? You know what I'm saying?
You're breaking this down, sis. You are breaking this down, young lady. And you're giving me the chills.
Wow.
You're giving me the chills. It's true. I mean, I was raised by hardworking people, country people, and I was always different. I was the only one in my family mixed. Mm-hmm. And I always had humongous ideas. Always. And who she thinks she is? She's not going to do that. You're going to do. And if
yes.
Go on, tell me more about me.
So listen.
I wrote a book.
Tell me.
I wrote a book called The 7 Sinners and the Angel Who Loved Them. And it's about all the musicians who died. Mm-hmm. They either were born on a 7 or died on a 7. Okay,
I'm a 7 life path.
I'm talking about the day, though. I'm talking about Pop was born on the 16th. Eazy-E was born on the 7th.
Oh, you onto
Prince was born on the 7th. Name them. Aaliyah died. Aaliyah was born and died on the 7th. Left Eye died on the 7th. Michael Jackson. For all of the kings and queens. Aretha Franklin died on the 7th. The King of Soul, James Brown, died on a 7th, the 25th. Michael Jackson died on a 7th, the King of Pop, on the 25th. Elvis Presley died on the 16th, and he was the king of rock and roll, so they say. You could go all the way back to Buddy Holly. Some of the most important musicians today were born on a 7th. Madonna. Wow. Will is the 25th. So I looked, 7 kind of rules music and politics. John Kennedy Jr. was born on the 25th and died on a 7. So my book, a few Lamont Bentley.
This is a 7 year.
And this is a 7 year. So that's why I released the book. I've had this story for 20 years. There was a group of us at another comedian's house. This is 25 years ago. And it was right after Lamont Bentley died.
They said Bob Marley too.
Bob Marley, Jermaine Stewart, Sylvester, all of the people who died unexpectedly were sevens or died on a seven.
It's crazy.
Biggie's not in there, but he was born in 1970. But a lot of the musicians are born on the 15th, really late, or they're born on like Cube. Cube was born on the 15th, and I'm pretty sure he was born late at night. There's some that are born on the 8th, and they'll be really early in the morning. So there was a group of us. It was a group of comics, and it was right after Lamont Bentley died. Lamont Bentley was I forgot his character's name on Moesha. He was the funny one, the real dark funny one. So he got killed in the middle of his run. He was ejected from his car. He was going down the highway he entered the ramp the wrong way. He was ejected from the car, much like Left Eye, like their bodies just get, and I'm sorry,
I can tell you why. I could tell you why. So it's funny that we're talking about the number 7 because I'm a 7 life path, and we talk about how you have 2 numbers. You have your life path and you have the day that you're born. Both of those energies affect you. Now, 7 is the number of spirituality. 7 is the number of the teacher. 7 is the number of the student. 7 is the number of the genius. 7 is the number of the loner, the person that likes to be to themselves. But 7 is also the number of injury. 7 is also not a great number for relationship. So when you say these people died on the 7th, because 7 is the number of injury. So when you look at people with heavy 7 energy, I was just with someone yesterday. She's yes. So she's a 7. The person that I was with yesterday, she's a 7 life path. Her birthday was February 25th, 2005. So it's 2 and 5. Just repeat it. So then I told her, I said, you have so many, she's in a 7 year, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you have so much 7 energy. You ever like broke any bones, or you ever like got injured? She's like, I've broken so many bones. My first basketball game, I broke my wrist. People who are born on the 7th or have 7 energy, they have to be careful. They have to be careful because their body can break down easily. So when you see, there's a lot of car accidents that happen on the 7th too. So what you're saying is accurate. And I'm honestly so shocked to see like how deep you're into numerology, because this has been the year where I've been so deep into studying it. And the same thing that you're saying, like, I'm a musician, I make music too. So it's crazy that you're saying this. You know, everybody in the chat is like, I'm born on the 7th, I'm born on the 7th. Yeah, so it's crazy. The first thing you started talking about is 7. And that's my number. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, you know, 7 is the educator. 7 is the teacher. 7 is the genius. If you ever look at a kid who's always studying, they're always by themselves, I can guarantee you they're a 7. Like when you look at like Prince, let's just talk about Prince. I think he was a 9 life path, born on a 7 day, but Prince was a type of person where they say, how do you not age? Oh, I stay in my own bubble. I stay in but that's the truth. 7s have to make sure that they stay by themselves, because if they are around too many people for too long, it could really affect their own health too. So usually when it comes to 7 energy, a lot of times their death is usually, 7 days, like you said, or it's an injury. So it's interesting that you're saying this, because, music is still a spiritual tool.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah. So what made you like I know you said you were writing your book, but did you see all that information and then start writing it? Like, tell me how you came about that information and studying that, because that's a lot of info you have.
I have been aware of numbers since I was a child. If you look at my birthday, it's just 1s and 9. And I always felt like I was the beginning. I'm the beginning and I'm the end. And I always felt it, but I was suppressed. I was a foster kid. So I just knew it was something. And as soon as I could get out of there, I got out. But I've got this photographic memory. And I just got this thing with numbers. Like we used to do something, I'm telling on myself right now, but it's past the statute of limitations. So before computers, there was this sheet of paper that the airlines would fill out if you missed a flight. And there was a 13-digit code that had to be written in, and it was a code from the flight. And I could remember the code. I could remember all 13 digits exact. It was probably even more than 13 digits. I could remember all of them. And I would fill out the form. We made our own forms, and we was flying for free in the 80s, me and my family. You just walk up with this piece of paper, and if you knew the code, and I would peep the code at the desk, and I would be like, you know what? Hold on, let me. I would write the code down. Me and my crew go to the. So I've always had this thing for numbers. I could just, and I'm a birthday savant. All you have to do is tell me your birthday once. And some of my friends are my family's freaked out about it. Before the internet and everything, I would text, hey, happy birthday. How did you know it was my birthday? Well, you told me 10 years ago. And I'm just a numbers savant. So one day, I was looking up my favorite artists, and I was looking up their birthdays and see, I was just researching. I didn't have anything to do. I was a stay-at-home mom. My son was at school. The house was clean. The laundry was done. The food was in the oven. And I just started messing around on the internet and started looking up people's birthdays. And then it struck me, and it freaked me out. I was like, people are dying on a 7, or they're born on a 7. And then I went back, and then I just started punching in names. Buddy Holly died in a plane crash. He was a 7. Elvis Presley, this person, that, and it just freaked me out. So and I just hold on to the information. It's just interesting to me. And if you want to talk, some people get kind of, ooh, I don't want to hear about that. I'm Jesus Christ, oh, superstar. So after Lamont died, I was telling my friends, we was all sitting around, and we was all smoked out, and we was all just sitting there chilling. And I start talking about the 7s, and everybody freaks out.
Wow.
So, yeah, so they're like, because Lamont had just died, and he was our friend, he was our heart, he was part of our crew. So everyone was like, okay, when am I? Girl, it went 1, 2. There was somebody, I was the 1, the 19th. Someone was born on the 2nd. Someone was born on the 12th, which is a 3.
Yes.
Someone was born on the 22nd, which was a 4. And then the next person was a 6. So it was one person left. So we were 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. And there was one person left. And everybody just looked at her. And somebody said, and I don't want to repeat what they said, but they said, if this Bia says she's born on a 5.
And I bet she's beautiful.
She was gorgeous, but listen,
that's why.
She was May 5. She was the 5th month.
Oh, she definitely was beautiful. That's crazy.
Oh, she was gorgeous. She was Nubian. Her butt. She was with Spanky Hayes. She was dating Spanky Hayes at the time, and this was like at the height of his career. So she was banging. So everybody freaked out. It went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and stopped right at the 7. Everybody freaked out and left. On my way home, I was like, thank you, God, this is a plot. So I came up with this angel, and she's blowing these people up, but she uses extreme beauty to get people to do what she wants. So whoever looks at her sees the most beautiful person to them. So she manipulates and gets these people blown up. So she's got Eddie James, and Eddie James blew up. But in the end, she says, sacrifice is inevitable. And there's 6 people who are dying. They don't know. It's like Final Destination. They're dying and they don't know why. They're dying in order. So the 1 dies, and then the 2 dies, and the 3, 4, 5. And then when it gets to the 4th person, number 6 figures it out. And she's trying to, so she knows that Eddie James is getting ready to die. She runs to try to help him. And the angel is there. And she literally just turns them into light. They get turned into light. There's a few other plot twists. Her thing is sacrifice is inevitable. And who sacrificed for all mankind? He was born on the 25th.
Oh my.
So her thing is, if there's too many 7s in the world, music isn't heard as it's intended. Music is a vibration. Music is an energy. And if we don't control our energy, we're lost.
And
And
what's
if
the
we
name of the
don't
book again?
understand Seven Sinners and the Angel Who Loved Them, and it's available on Amazon. And it's just it's as thin as The Alchemist. If you've ever read The Alchemist, it's thin like that, and you'll just breeze through it, and you'll be like, oh my god, oh my god.
I'm making sure I write this down because
Awesome. You
you
send me your address. I'm gonna send you a copy. You are one of my favorite. When I first saw you, I couldn't believe what I was watching. I couldn't believe the words that were coming out of your mouth, and that someone so young and so vibrant was so wise.
Wow.
I don't know how young you are,
Yeah,
but
I'm 23.
I thought you were like a teenager at first. And I was like, and then I started depending upon your words. I know what you're saying, but we all need that refresher, that reminder. And you say it with such conviction that you are a vessel. You are a star seed.
Thank
You are
you.
sent here. Absolutely. So when you inboxed me, I was like, heck no, you gotta be kidding me. That's my girl. I couldn't believe it. I was like, because you're so up here to me.
Wow.
And I'm you're not supposed to say you're humble, but I don't.
I'm glad you said that.
Like, I just do my thing.
I'm glad you say that. I'm very grounded when it comes to that. And that's it's so funny. First of all, let's go back to just the numbers. And I just want to say, you have no clue how in alignment you are when it comes to just this period of my life. The fact that you're talking about the number 7 the way you are, and the fact that you have this information, like, I did not know. I knew when we had this conversation, it was going to be a very special one, only because of the energy. And then when I saw you was born the year of the cat, also I was like, okay. And then I was just like, okay,
the day before your mom.
The day before, and then we're my mom's a Scorpio, I'm a Scorpio, you're a Scorpio. And one thing I do want to say is that, you know, you said like, you're up here to me, and you have no clue how much I've gained so much momentum this year, and I've had to try my best to see myself as I am. And I'm sure you understand, like, it's difficult to really see yourself as you are. And that's what I've been having to really work with, because I've had people try to, like, make it seem like I think I'm bigger than them. And it's like, no, I'm just very strong in who I am, and I don't play. You, Scorpio, you know what I'm saying? I don't play about my boundaries. I don't play about my self-love. Like, all of this that you see right now is just a reflection of me learning how to love myself. So that conviction that you see is just, I'm speaking from true pain that has happened. You get what I'm saying? And because of that 7 energy, I spend so much time by myself studying, looking on the internet, trying to find the answer. And people don't realize that the more time that I spend by myself, the more sure I become of myself. So I don't allow outside people to try to project onto me, and they get mad when I shut the projections down. And then what I started to realize is, and I started to realize that the more confident and the more sure I became of myself, the more other people who had insecurity, because I call it out. That's one thing my mom did. And it's funny because, you know, I watched your interview, and you was like, you was 6 foot. My mom is standing at 6 foot. And I tell her, I'm like, you have to understand, you're a Scorpio. You have a very intimidating energy. You have a very boss energy. You get what I'm saying? So you have to understand sometimes.
We don't know that.
We don't.
We can't see it.
Yeah.
And then you're like, well, why are they tripping? Like, why aren't they taking this information? Because this is some dope information. But I'm so intense with it because your words are so concise. You took all of the fat out, and that's when a Scorpio is at their finest, and that's when a Scorpio can be truly, truly appreciated. And that's why I appreciate you so much. You've pulled all the fat out, and your level of emotion is so on point that you appear emotional, but it's just intensity
Yes.
because you know exactly what you're saying, and your job is to be a messenger. That's what Scorpios, we're here to get people through the cold weather. We came in November. I don't know if you're October. We came in November, and we came to prepare you for the darkness. We came to prepare you for the December. We came to prepare you to get through that
That's true.
until you get to Sag, and then we pass it off to Sag, and Sag's gonna take you everywhere.
Duh.
But Scorpios who are operating from spirit only speak what they know because they know that it will advance whoever they're speaking to. A Scorpio speaking from ego can hurt you.
Yeah. And that's the thing, like, you know, having conversations, because me and my mom are the only Scorpios in the family, and sometimes I have to tell her, like, you know, you have to understand, like, some people don't be ready for the truth. Some people don't be ready for the truth like how we're ready for the truth. You see me, I'd be like, give it to me raw. Like, I need to know the truth. Yes.
I need it. Don't play with me, because then when you play with me, it's so easy to lose my trust.
Thank you. First of all, you
Because,
be lucky you even got it.
You lucky you even got it. And then once you get it and you play with it, that offends me more than anything. You can literally kick me. You can put a foot up my behind, but to play with my trust and to take me for granted and to not at least evaluate what I'm saying to you. If you're dismissive, then we're not going to, you're going to pull out my, but here's where I am now. I can't be triggered because of my diet, because my lymphatic system is clear. What gets you to the point of you got me effed up is you got yourself effed up because our lymphatic system is our sewer system. So it holds all the waste, it holds all the bacteria, it holds all of the junk. It pulls it out of your body. And then you've got these nodes. You've got them here, you've got these glands here, you've got them behind your lungs, you've got them in your groin area, and they fill up. And they cannot remove the waste unless you help it. The lymphatic system does not move like your respiratory system does it yourself. Your cardiovascular system does it itself. Everything else, your digestive system moves on its own. The only system that doesn't move is the most important system in your body, and it requires your attention and your work. So the one thing that you have to do this if you're trying to be well, if you're trying to be emotional well, if you're trying to grow, if you're trying to have a good digestive system, and if you're trying to have good relationships. You cannot move forward in your life unless your lymphatic system drains. How do you drain your lymphatic system? Exercise, lymphatic rubs. Just do this right here, sis. Just do this right quick. You'll feel the snot in the back of your throat. Feel it?
Yes. I felt
right.
It's
draining. So now it's draining. Then hot and cold showers. You see them when they're sitting in the ice. That moves the body because it shocks it. It makes it go like this. And astringent fruit. You need to eat astringent. So you get the melons, the grapes, and berries.
Write this down.
Melons, any kind of melon, but the more melanated you are,
melons, grapes,
the more. I always suggest watermelon, but you've got to couple it with something that's sour. So you want to put in. All I do in the morning, I take a handful of grapes, I take a handful of berries, and I take some chunks of watermelon, and then I squeeze a fresh lime, preferably key lime, and a lemon. You know how the lemon makes you go,
Mm-hmm.
well, that's what it does to your digestive system and the lymph nodes. It makes it go on the inside. It makes it move.
So let me ask
So
you a
now
question. So when you told me to do this, right? I felt mucus, right?
Mucus.
But my question is, because I've noticed within this past year, I've never had any issues with that, but in this past year, I've had more mucus come up, and it sounds like this could be connected to what you're talking about. So I don't know if you have any awareness of why that's happening, but I don't have it all the time, but at certain moments, and I know it's not directly like allergies or anything, because I don't know if they could develop later. This is why I'm here talking to you, to become educated on that. But I don't know if they're, emotions.
Let me say this. First of all, I have to do a disclaimer. I'm not a medical professional. What I am is I'm a vegan chef.
Ooh.
That's just somebody calling me.
Okay.
I'm a vegan chef.
Okay.
I'm a very, very good chef. I am a chef. I do this much like why most of us in this sort of healing lane do what we do, because we're trying to fix ourselves. And then we're sharing our findings. So when my son went to college, I was a stay-at-home mom. That's where I went. People were like, where have you been? My son was so special. He's born on the 3rd, by the way. He's 9/3/1995.
Wait. I'm about to get numbers right now. 9/3. So he's funny, hilarious. 9/3/19.
He's oh my God. And that's the first thing. He's still the all-time leading passer at the University of Miami. And I used to ask his friends to tell me about him. And the first thing they would say is, yeah, University of Miami. He started as a freshman. That's how special he was. He was carrying he was the media darling, the head of the football team, had the most rigorous curriculum at Chaminade. It was a Marist school, so it was 14th curriculum in the entire nation. He won the state title. He was a 2-time All-American. He was an academic. He was Virgo. He just got it done.
Yeah.
Got it done. And what do Virgos need most? Earth signs, water. So God, the universe, put him with me and knew that I would nurture him. He's since gone on. He was drafted into the league. He had a serious back injury, broke his back the 3rd year. And so he opted to just go back to school. He got his master's. What year was it? I want to say it was right before the lockdown. So it might have been 2019.
Interesting. The reason why I say this is because you said earth and water, but y'all are also friendly signs in Chinese astrology.
Well, I'm water.
Yeah.
I'm water being so earth needs water to grow.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying y'all are in alignment in Western astrology, but y'all are also in alignment in Eastern astrology. So whatever happened in 2019, you said 2019 was the year of the pig because your son is born the year of the pig, right? So if he got injured in
He's the golden pig.
Yeah, so if he got injured in 2019, that injury, and you're going to finish telling me the story, that injury had to spark something good for him because that was in his year.
I told you, girl, you're going to make me start crying. I mean, that's my babies. I'm emotional right now, but I knew this, and I never looked at the Eastern astrology, but I knew it. And you can't imagine but listen too, he pivoted out of that well. It took him no time. He's an expert at football. He's one of the best to ever do it. He's one of the best quarterbacks to ever do it. Pocket guy. And he could pick you off. He could put it right. He could put it wherever it needed to be. But his last coach, had dementia the coach just came out a few years ago and said he had dementia. So he was calling plays for Brad as if Brad was Michael Vick. And my son barely passed the physical at the combine because this coach at Miami got him so injured. Even when he went through the ESPN interviews, they were looking at everything. And even John Gruden said, "Coach, what are you doing to your quarterback?" My son had broken everything.
Oh my gosh.
But he was tough. So, but you're right. So he went back to school. He got his master's. He waited like 2 weeks before the deadline, USC Film School, and applied and got in. He wrote an original essay. He did a quick this, he did a that. And then he's won the highest citizenship awards, Scholastic Awards. Okay, let me stop with this. I'm a mom. So he decided he didn't wait. He went right back to USC and got his master's in screenwriting. That year that he graduated, he went down to the final 50 of the Academy Awards screenwriting competition called the Nichols. And it's just really, really hard. He was 22 years old. That's a space for 50-year-old Jewish men. And this 22-year-old kid went down to the final 50s. It was the year Will and Chris got, Will did what he did. So then the following year, another script got put on the blacklist. This was last year. So the blacklist is a list that's created by all the studio heads of the best unproduced scripts in town. And they picked his. And then that same month, he was picked number 8 on Forbes' list for the best scripts, the best unproduced scripts.
Wow.
So he pivoted, and he still has his brain. And I can't say that I was grateful for the injury, because it was horrific. It was horrible. And what we went through as a family, and he had to give up something that he had done for 17 years. But he would have sacrificed a lot of his intellect, a lot of his reading, a lot of what he really does. I mean, he's a Virgo. They're our writers. They are our scribes. They analyze everything. He would have lost his ability to do certain things. And I believe that. And I believe that the injury was to save him.
Yes. And before you got on this call, I was just telling my people, I was like, because it's so funny that you talk about this. Like it's freaky. The things that you're talking about, it's freaky how in alignment it is. You have, like, this is a message from God, just listening to this conversation. So the fact that you said, it saved him, just yesterday, I had things get canceled on me. I had things, people walk away. And I was just telling people on live, I was like, listen, a lot of y'all thinking that it's like, why this happening? And y'all don't realize that y'all are being saved from things that were meant to harm you, that were meant to hurt you, that was meant to mishandle you. And I was telling them, I was like, let it out. Do what you got to do, but you have to understand you don't have the bigger picture. A lot of y'all can't see the bigger picture because you're in the frame. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm telling you.
What you also have to understand too is when you're in that darkness, you're the light.
Thank you. I always tell people, I say, you say you want to be the light, but you're running from the darkness. The light is only useful in the dark. See? I told you this is.
So let me tell you this. I've never told anyone this, but I feel obligated to tell you right now. I feel very strongly connected to you. And I could go on and on and on about, I could tell you things that would give you chills, connections. I left show business because I was constantly under attack. and not just emotionally. Every job I've ever been on, I've had to almost, I was on a job one time. I got in an elevator with a guy. I was on a writing gig. And as soon as the elevator doors closed, and it was another writer, attacked me. Yes, a very well-known person, actor, writer, attacked me. Every job I went to. And I started thinking, I don't want this person to mother my child. I don't want to, but it affected me for many, many years. And I had to come to terms with, I don't want to do this. I really don't want to do this, because you know what? If I was really, so it was very easy for me to walk away. And I got so much reward and so much joy out of bringing my son up and putting this incredible young man into the world. And I feel like he's not my legacy. You can't say that, because there's a really amazing poem by Khalil Gibran called On Children. They come through you, they don't belong to you. And so as he loves the bow. I mean, they're going to visit places that you'll never know. But so as he loves the bow that flings forward, he so loves the bow that's stable and strong. So I had to come to terms with that when he left for school. And I was like, he was my whole world. And I listened to nobody when they said, okay,
like
make
my
sure you
mom.
have your own life. Make sure you have your life. And I put it all into him, and I had to backtrack. I ended up sick. I had a few chronic illnesses. I was overweight. I was a size 24. 24. I used to walk for.
Wait, hold on.
Wait,
hold on. You said you was a size 24, right? Okay, 2 plus 4 is 2 plus 4 is 6, right? Okay, when you look at the word O, let's talk about, overweight. The word O adds up to 6. People who are born on a 6 or have 6 energy tend to be bigger, because if you look at the number 6, it has a stomach. And what's the first vowel in stomach? O.
See? Oh,
That's why Drake. Let's talk. Drake dropped this album on the 6th, and what did he say on the 6th? I'm stopping for a year because I'm having stomach problems. 6. Yep.
Listen to me. My mom was born on the 24th, and she died of stomach issues.
Wow. Now let me ask you this, right? Yes, this is what I'm telling you, this is what I study. That's why we're gonna talk off camera too. But another thing too is people with 6 energy, when they are unbalanced, they overeat or they don't eat enough. And that tends to happen. Or you may see that maybe giving too much of themselves, and that could cause a negative energy within them, because sixes are such givers and love and home. They're big on home. So another thing too is that if they are not taking care of their home and their family and their children, that's like the opposite of their energy. So I don't know what happened. I don't know the story, but everybody's numbers, when they don't do what their number says, it causes negative karma on them. So you being a 4, if you try to, so 4 is a number of law and order too. So you don't play doing the wrong thing. You like to do things the right way. So if you were to ever do something against the law and you had somebody else right next to you, you would get caught. Even though they probably did it with you, they probably just dragged you along, you will always get caught, because you're the number of law and order. If you look at it on the 4 days, so let's say today is October 4th, you'll see so much police out. That is the day that people get more tickets, people get locked up on the 4th. on 4th, on the 22nd, on the 13th. Because if you look at 13 also, 13 is a very Illuminati matrix kind of number. If you look at the word M, it's the 13th letter in the alphabet. So 1 + 3 is 4. That's like a government number, 13. You get what I'm saying? So that's another thing. So I don't know if there has been any energy when it comes to like mom maybe wasn't taking care of the home or taking care of the children or taking care or loving the way they need to. You say what?
She started drinking.
And that's
And then she was her older sister, who was a 19, January 19, dominated her.
Mm-hmm.
She kind of had somewhat of a Stockholm syndrome, trying to make this person love them, and neglected all of the wonderful things that she had in her life, and she paid for it.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew as a child, I kept telling her, she was an amazing artist, and I pushed her to. She only did like a couple of paintings when I was a kid, but I just kept pushing her to explore her art, and I frustrated her because I spoke the truth, and she was a little late. And she didn't eat properly, so her endocrine system didn't release the proper amount of hormones for growth, for mood, for reproduction, everything in your life. If you're and she wore her adrenal glands out. And this is what women especially have to know. If you are drinking a lot of coffee, smoking, overworking, you are going to be undesirable to whomever you're around and yourself. You're going to continue to beat yourself up because you're not going to be able to regulate the cortisol that you are releasing, which is the fight or flight hormone. And that's what most Black women suffer from. No, they don't have you effed up. It's that cortisol you're releasing. And most of us release it because we've been so oppressed that that's all we know is survival. And when you stay in survival mode, like my mother did, you keep releasing cortisol. You damage your ability to release serotonin, to be happy, to laugh stuff off. Somebody spills some milk and you're like, what the hell's wrong with you spilling milk all over the place? Instead of saying, look at the milk. Oh my. All right, let's clean it up. The smallest things just send you off because of your endocrine system is not releasing the proper hormones. And it's not a hormonal imbalancement. People say imbalancement. There's no such thing. It's just that you don't have the ability to produce certain hormones, particularly the ones in the head, because you mess with your pituitary gland, your pineal gland, and you know what your pineal gland is. So now you're doing all that fluoride, you're doing all of that stuff that calcifies it. There's no way you could be productive. There's no way you could be happy. There's no way you can enjoy your children. There's no way you can enjoy your man. You're going to be looking for a fight.
See now.
And until you get your lymphatic system moving, there is nothing that anybody can do but have patience with you. And you have to have patience with yourself. So anybody listening to this, look up. I need y'all to follow, and I'm sure you already do, Yaki Awaken. Everybody, he is your generation. He's our generation. He is Dr. Sabi and then some.
I could definitely see
and
that.
And this man spits it to, he spits this knowledge so poetically, so he puts me in a trance because I know everything that he's saying, but he breaks it down to the point. All of us need to be following him. All of us need to be praying for him. All of us need to be holding him up. He is the most important person to the Black community right now. There's nobody else more important than Yaki Raphael right now. So make sure you guys are following him
I'm writing
because
all this down.
and he's got every herb that you need. He's I mean, this man has, and he came from the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
He came from the bottom, and just like healers, just like people who put out the information to help you, he went on a search to heal himself. And he's a genius. I don't know when his birthday is. I don't even want to ask him because I want to keep him where he is. I don't want to break him down. I don't want to analyze him. I don't want to know that. I literally just want to listen to his offerings, and it's deep. And he'll tell you it's all the lymphatics. If your endocrine system is clogged up, I used to have a gland right here, and it was the size of a golf ball. And sometimes I'd be sitting, I'd be playing with it, and if I turned, you could see it. And I would just be playing with it. I mean, my entire life, from the time I was 10 years old, this thing was right here. So maybe about 4 years ago, I went to go play with it. And I was like, oh, snap, where's my thing? Where's my thing? I like to roll around. And I called my mentor, and she said, Angie, it drained. And that gland had been the material that was in that gland was the same material from when you were 9 years old. So that was in you for over 40 years, the exact same material. And it was holding all the energy, everything that you did your entire life. It was holding it. It was just like one big hard zit. And it was just mucus that had hardened. But when I started detoxing and the berries, the melons, the dark grapes, the lime, the astringent, what berries do, and you can look this up, berries will shrink anything in your body that's not supposed to be there. Berries, look it up. Blueberries, 99.9% of the time, don't get surgery. Just your body collects waste. Tumors, cancer is just a symptom. And I don't want to offend anyone who's lost someone to cancer, and I'm not a medical professional.
No, you're speaking facts.
But it is a symptom to tell you to clean your glands because there's stuff in them that is killing your white blood cells. So it's putting stuff out in your system. And when you eat death, don't expect life. Your white blood cells, these glands work when your cancer is just the accumulated death of white blood cells. So they look at it under a microscope, and a doctor will be that fast to tell you, oh, you got cancer, I got to shoot you with radiation. Instead of telling you, hey, let's build up your white blood cells, because your white blood cells doesn't like pizza. They don't like hot dogs. They don't like hamburgers. Your white blood cells don't like chips. You know what your white blood cells like? Fresh, raw fruits and vegetables. That's why you have this thumb, so you can pick fruits. That's why the landscape is green, because early man, just like a green screen, early man could see the oranges against that green backdrop. They could see the apples. They could see their food against the backdrop. So you have these, and people say, oh, well, you're killing the vegetables. If you don't pick that fruit, it's offering, that's why low-hanging fruit, if you don't pick it and it dies on the branch, that death will go back up the branch and kill the tree.
Wow.
That's why we're here to pick all that fruit. We're here to peel the orange. That's what the thumbs are. That's what the thumbs are for. Because if you shape your hand, it looks like one of those figures. Now, you got to eat an apple every day. And you got to get so what I do in the morning is I just take a handful of grapes, handful of berries, and some melon, squeeze the lime in there, squeeze the lemon in there, and then I just do distilled water because it's only water, or I'll do a coconut water, blend it up and drink it. And it's clean to me. The berries, what the berries do, they go inside of your organs. They go inside of your kidneys and just scrub. They just scrub it all out because like attracts like. You are meat. Put meat inside of meat. Where's it going to go? It gets confused. You're forcing your body to digest what you are. So talk about a brain F, you're forcing your body to turn on you. So now what happens is your body doesn't know how to digest itself. It doesn't know how to digest meat. I'm sorry. These are not shredders. You can't kill no cow with these. You can't chase down a goat and rip it apart with these. You can't do it. That's why we have a knife and a fork. We haven't evolved into eating. If we were going to evolve into anything, we would have grown wings. We would have grown gills, not the ability to eat roadkill. Give me a break. All protein starts in the ground. Why does a cow grow so big? Why does the horse grow so big? Why does the giraffe, the gorilla, the elephant? But man is so arrogant, he wants to be the king of the forest, so he adopts a lion's diet to his detriment. And we just follow right behind them. Meat is the biggest industry in the world. When I was a kid, there were no meat commercials. They didn't push meat on you. Our meat on our plate was about that much, and then the rest was greens and potatoes and cabbage, and our whole plate was vegetables, and then we got this little piece of meat. That's why Granny lived to 100. People say, "Oh, my grandmother ate meat." She didn't sit down and eat a slab of ribs. And in fact, my granny hardly even ate meat. She would come over to the house. I grew up on a family farm. There was like 15 kids. She would come and collect our bones from the kids and chew on the bones and take the marrow out. That's what she would eat. But all protein originates in the ground, and they got us going through this cow. And most of those cows are sick. And how they slaughter the cows. They say humane. How do you humanely kill somebody that doesn't want to die? It's impossible. So right before they die, they have glands, and this adrenaline shoots, and this cortisol shoots through them. You can see on my page, and it's happening more and more. In the butcher shop, they cut it all up. It's been dead it's freshly slaughtered. It's been dead for a few days, and the meat is just sitting there twitching.
Yeah.
And then you eat that. So, and then it can't digest, even if it, so then your body is running a marathon, your digestive system, you're all energy. Everything is energy. This phone is energy, this chair I'm sitting on, and it's all has its own vibration. So now you put this meat inside of you, and your digestive system says, okay, here we go again. I'm still trying to digest this stuff from all that bacon and potatoes and cheese and milk and bread and butter, everything you go to the grocery store for, you go for that first meal of the day. Now, your body's still, so you put all that in you. No wonder you got road rage. You can't even think. You're like, your digestive system doesn't have enough power to break it down. So now it's going to rob from the heart. It's going to take energy from the heart. Like, I'm giving her all she got. Then it's going to go and punk your brain. It's going to be like Debo and be like, give me that energy, punk. So now you're sitting there, you groggy. So now the digestive system is working overtime. It's robbed your heart of energy. It's robbed your brain of energy. And we think it's funny. We call it the itis, but you that close to a heart attack. Most heart attacks happen in the morning or in the middle of the night when you've had this really big meal around the holidays or around celebrations. Yes. So eventually your digestive system punks your heart so much that it says, okay, I'm gonna punk you and die. I'm just gonna blow up. Massive heart attack. Because it just can't keep doing this. And you wake up in the morning and you're still tired because you got your digestive system running a marathon.
Yeah.
Your body's not supposed to work that hard. You're aging yourself by it, just your inside, because you can't see it. You're aging yourself by consuming things that cause your system to overwork. You're supposed to be eating melon, berries, grapes, light herbs. I don't even eat kale. Kale is so tough. That's for cows and horses. I'll eat some romaine. I eat arugula. Every now and then I eat some iceberg, but you got to eat cucumber. because it's got the fluid in it. You got to eat the I can't pronounce it, but it's it's a family of cucumbers. And watermelon comes in that family. Zucchini comes in that family. Papaya, it's the fruit with the seeds in it. So cantaloupe, all of that is fluid for your body and nutrients. Fruits heal the body. Vegetables supply the nutrients. Eat them separately too, because one will have to wait for the other one to go through. And while it's waiting, it's going to decompose in a way that it's not supposed to. And then some people will say, the stomach has more acid in it than meat. Okay, so let's say you keep making your stomach acids produce at their top, produce as much as they can every single time you eat. That's like putting your foot on the gas pedal. You come out of your driveway with your foot all the way down and you drive all the way to work like that. That's what you're making your body do. You don't want it to max out. The less you eat, the better. The more hungry you are, the better for your system. And then your body adjusts. You've got to get on what's called the circadian rhythm. We're supposed to eat when the sun is at its highest. And you're really only supposed to eat once a day. You're supposed to eat and go, it's fuel. You're supposed to eat and go build the retaining wall. You're supposed to eat and it's just fuel, it's energy. So when you eat foods that have no energy, dead cooked meat has no energy. The highest energy form of food is fruit. And then comes vegetables. And then comes the meat, which has no energy. And it can be measured in what's called, I can't pronounce it. I'm sorry, but you can measure the energy in all of the food and your energy. So you want to put energy. You want to put food that vibrate high. You can put watermelon under a microscope and it'll just light up. Put some meat under and it's just sitting there. So let me tell you something else. So I want you guys to do an experiment and this will kind of open your eyes up to it. So celery. If you cut all of the celery stalks off and you have the stump, put that stump in water and come back every day. It's going to be a ½ inch growth, an inch growth. And then by the end of like 10 days, the stalk's going to be that it's going to grow back. It's going to regenerate its cells. Now, take a piece of fried chicken and put it in some water and come back in 3 days and see what grew.
Ooh. Now
So
listen,
you cannot eat a lot of death and expect to live a lot of life. Just as simple as that.
Wow.
And I'm not telling people to go vegan. I'm not telling you that. You eat your meat. You want to eat meat, you want to eat the death, eat it. But balance it. And you got to, in the morning, if you're going to eat the bacon, you have to follow it up with an astringent that's going to make your insides do this to get rid of it.
Okay.
If you're just piling potatoes on top and bread, gluten is glue. You ever seen the flour? You made the paper mache? You put a little bit of water with flour, that's glue, homemade glue. It's the exact same thing that bread is. Now you mix it with it's gluten, so it glues everything. And it turns to mucus. All that acid and low vibrational food turns to mucus. Mucus in the face, what do they call it? Sinusitis. Mucus in your joints, arthritis. Mucus in your lungs, bronchitis. And stop with the drying it up because it's going to go someplace else. And now it's dried and it's sharp and it's charred. So now it's going to stab something and it's going to wreak more. Stop with the antihistamines. And I'm not a medical professional and I'm not giving you medical advice, but just clean it out. Your body is telling you when you felt that mucus come up, it's like, fast. You should be fasting 3 days out of each month. Fast. Stop eating.
What kind of fast though? Like
Stop.
not even water or like
Fast. Whatever you can do. So
yeah.
I always suggest when people start fasting, start on a fruit fast.
Okay.
Just eat fruit. No bananas, nothing like that. You want to eat the astringents, and you always want to squeeze some lemon or lime because that's what moves everything. Just keep it all rolling. And listen, bread and meat and a lot of the root vegetables, they just don't move through you. And that's why we're all overweight. We are, it's crazy how obese America is. And it's because we overeat. We eat the standard American diet. What's the acronym for standard American diet? S for standard, American A, diet D.
That's letterology.
SAD. It's sad.
It's letterology right there. You're
So
right.
if you eat all that food for breakfast, then you turn around a few hours later, you eat a big lunch, then you come home and you're eating steak and potatoes for dinner, your digestive system is like, we ain't gonna make it. People are getting cancer in their 30s.
Yeah.
Now, and you're eating the processed foods. Listen, do what you want, but you don't know what's in the processed foods. You have no idea. And the canned foods are full of heavy metals. That was one of my problems. The jackfruit that I was serving came from Sri Lanka in a tin can. I was eating it every single day. I ended up with a belly full of parasites because of the heavy metals. And those parasites think for you. I was triggered like nobody. I was like, you say boo to me, and I'm like, who you booing? Boo? Who you booing? Don't nobody boo me. I'm the booer. Okay?
Yeah.
Nobody boos me. I got a standing ovation at the Apollo. Excuse me. Nobody boos me. The slightest little thing is gonna. So our sister Jada Pinkett Smith. Let's look at her. There's a famous runway model.
Wait. Before you even say that, I was just looking at Jada Pickett's birthday, and her birthday is straight nines all across the board. Straight nines. I was just before I got on this call, I was texting one of my friends because his birthday is straight nines. I was like, I tweeted it too. I said, you gotta look at Jada Pickett's birthday. Her birthday is straight nines. But go ahead.
She is one of the most dynamic persons I've ever socialized with. She reminds me of one of my other cousins who's the same day as Eddie Murphy, which is April 3rd. Jada's personality is genius. Like it's like a personality I can't even describe, but she is the ultimate people magnet. She is the ultimate. She's real petite, and her aura is 7 feet tall. You can look at her and see somebody. She's not even 5 feet tall. She's not 5 feet tall. When I first met Jada, my heart sunk because I thought something was wrong with her. But then I looked because I'm so tall. So then I stepped back and I looked, and it's like, well, she's around the same size as all the other actresses in Hollywood. They're that group, Tashina, Tisha, all of them are around 5'6", 5'7". So she's right in there. But when I tell you this lady's personality is just beautiful, like she's beautiful, and some of the stories that I hear, and I didn't get that deep with them, with that whole group. Like I had friends that ran with them, but I had my son early, so y'all go home. I gotta go home. Y'all go to the strip club. Y'all go do whatever you do. I gotta go home. I'm sorry.
She's the same sign as your son too, a pig. So cats and pigs.
And she's a Virgo.
Yeah, cats and pigs get along. Cats, pigs, and goats. And it's just so funny because before this call, I was talking about Jada. I was talking about her being a pig. I was talking about her being a Virgo. Like, it's crazy. But before
he went to her house and got injured. When he was 3, He went to Trey's birthday party.
Wait, who got injured?
And my son,
Okay.
when he was 3 years old, went to Will and Jada's house with a friend to a kid's birthday party, and he got injured. So I don't know what that means, but I know, and his part, he is a magnet too, but he doesn't.
I mean, he's the same life path as Jada.
He doesn't. He controls. He's more in control. He's more aware. I listen. Jada is so gifted and so smart, but my son is one of the most. I wanted him to be as educated as anybody else. My son is one of the most educated, so his ability to reason and to control himself and to not have to be seen, and his diet.
And I bet he's very observant. Very observant. Girl, he's able. And the thing about that energy too is just like they are able to read the room. They are able to adapt so well. They're able to adapt so well. And
that's why I couldn't. That's why all of these things were happening to me during my career and pushed me to make sure that I nurtured him and brought him up and made sure. I mean, I crisscrossed the country with him to camps. I had him in 3rd grade, the summertime. He went to the college to finance classes. He was 8. He was taking finance classes at the junior college down the street.
I mean, what's the 9th letter in the alphabet? I. Intellect, intelligence. But I wrote a few things down while you were talking that I wanted to. I was like, we are not. I was like, we are not gonna go past this. So first of all, let's talk about the fact that you're born on the 19th, right? What's the 19th letter in the alphabet? S, right? What happened in 2019? What happened? What started in 2019? COVID-19, which was a sickness. So and then what I've noticed too is that people born on the 19th, right? Most of them, I've realized that like I'll see a person born on the 19th. I'll be like, you ever dealt with the like sickness? You was in and out of the hospital. They was like, how did you know that? I'm like, was it sickle cell? They'll be like, how did you know that? S I. You know what I'm saying? If you look at, let me make sure. So SI, right? And if you look at the word I too, that's 9. You know what I'm saying? So I know, right? Yeah. So 19. When you see people born on the 19th, you wanna, these are people that you may want to talk to the most about health. The most about.
Let me tell you something deep. My grandmother and the woman who raised me, I was really raised by my aunt. Mm-hmm. My grandmother is August 19. My aunt who raised me is January 19. And then I came along, I'm November 19. But peep this. My grandmother's first child was born on the 3rd, December 3rd. My aunt's first child was born January 3rd. Mm-hmm. And my first child was born September 3rd.
Wow. And it's crazy because that first one you said December 3rd. 1, 2, 3 is a code. That's a coded birthday. And then you said January 3rd. You said January 3rd, right? That's 1, 3. That's 13. That's another code. It's matrix. That's another code right there.
And he was deemed a genius.
The one born on January 3rd too should have some success with money, some really good success with money.
In 1975,
cat year,
I had surgery. I was 12. I had surgery in the year of the rabbit. Mm-hmm. They removed my tonsils, and that's when the gland swelled up because I kept getting strep throat.
Throat chakra.
Yes, strep throat. It was just, you got strep throat, All of 1975.
That's crazy.
I had strep throat. And then right before Christmas, they took my tonsils out. And then this gland, when they don't take your kids' tonsils out, it's not strep throat, it's mucus. It's mucus, too much sugar, too much meat. All we ate was hog maws and beans. or that's all we ate. And then they thought they was doing something with the smoked turkey, but that's full of carcinogenics. So there was, don't let them take your kids' tonsils out until you give your body an opportunity to heal itself. And the only way your body can, I am not a medical professional. I can only tell you what I did. And I healed my body with dark grapes, mixed berries, predominantly blueberries, and melon, predominantly watermelon. And
wow.
I can say that everything that I had went away. My mother, when my mother passed, my mother had the cancer started in her stomach.
What's her birthday?
And then it metastasized. February 24.
February 24.
1934.
Let me make sure I did it right.
37. Okay, she graduated high school in 1956. So I always get confused because my dad was born the same day as Prince.
You said she graduated high school, what year?
1956. Peep this. My mother's last husband was born August 16, and he was a shrink. My brother from my dad's other marriage was born August 16, and he's a shrink. And he was a shrink for 2 of the Central Park 5.
Wow.
So my brother's really well known and highly respected in the field. But he has the exact same birthday as my mom's last husband, and they have the same occupation. So my brother is a
that means that there's a relationship there, past lives also. When you start to see that there's people in your same family and there's like the same birthday, there's a connection there from past lives. But I do want to say
they sound alike, they act alike.
I also wrote down the cortisol and overworking. Now, the reason why I want to talk about that too, because and we are not going to we're not going to do that first. We're going to do the story that you said you felt called to tell me. Now, you felt called to tell me that for a reason, because what I received from that is spirit, universe telling me either you're going to reject that lifestyle or either that lifestyle is going to reject you. And the reason why is because it's not for you. And I would always ask myself, you can listen to the music. I produce, I do everything myself. That's a 7 thing. 7s have to do things by themselves. It's very, very, very beautiful. But I'd always say, why when I get around the people that are successful in this field, like I was in a studio with Frank Ocean's like producer. He done did stuff for LL Cool J, and I walked out because I was like, this is not me, right? So when you were telling me this, it let me know, hey, Ori, you have to understand that this is not that route that you're going to go. And I used to ask myself, I used to be like, you know what? Like, this spirituality took off before the music took off. Like, what's going on? Why is that? That's because I'm supposed to have my own table. Like, I was born in an age where I can do it myself. I don't have to go take out a loan from a industry that's gonna only rot my soul and strip me of who I am. And it's so funny, like, you have no clue. These past 2 days have been about, I've been at a crossroads. I've been at the crossroads, right? And the crossroads have been, okay, Ori, what is a no-go and what is okay? What is your morale system? What is yes? What is no? What is when you see this, you say no.
You're talking about personal constitution. What, and everyone has to write one. What is your personal constitution?
Yes. And what I realized was that, some people, this is one of the biggest things. Some people will say, you should, like, it's okay to work with people that you don't like. Like, that's like a job. Like, you work with some people that you don't like. And I was like, my soul don't resonate with that. My soul, I don't care how much money I can get from just working with this person, taking a picture with this person, doing it with this person. My soul does not resonate with that. And that is one of my own personal constants. If I don't like you, I'm not working with you. Period. I don't care how much I can gain from that.
Let me tell you why that's so important, because you'll end up sick. A friend of mine who we'll say he likes to deal with mainstream people, people who are very, 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 very much lighter than us. He likes to deal with people. My dad's white, so he only likes to deal with white people. And he was talking one day, talking about how, Black people need to get it together because, Black people always want to say, nah, I don't mess with them. I don't mess with them, even in business. But sometimes, and he started telling me about these two very wealthy white men, and you should see them going at it. You should see them going at it. But Angie, they make money, Angie. They make money. They be calling each other. They be cussing each other out. You can stand in the room and just feel the energy. Both of them dead. Died in their 50s from cancer. Now what you gonna do with all the money you made cussing each other out? You just gonna go and come right back?
You're right. Yeah.
And let me tell you something else too.
Go ahead.
Let me tell you something else. Okay, this is very much off of the subject, but I want to get this out in this conversation. We can have another conversation.
No, go ahead.
We come back over and over and over. You know that. And we are spirits trapped in this body. And they have gone and harvested our spirit and put us in these bodies. Energy cannot be destroyed.
Yep.
It can only change forms, which means you've always been and you will always be in some form. They, whoever the they is counting on us not remembering. It's counting on the connections. So when you pass, you're literally going to stand up and you're going to look around and be like, oh, snap, this was all just a play that I made up.
Yep, a set.
Then you're going to get to that tunnel of light. And right at that tunnel of light, they're going to send people to you. Like, they're going to send Granny. They're going to send your mom. And they're going to be like, come to me, baby. Oh, I love you. And you're going to run to them because you miss them. And they're going to take you down that tunnel. But if you turn around and look, there's a craft waiting for you. Don't forget this, y'all. When you get to that tunnel of light, turn around and look what's behind you. They can't come because they'll get snatched down that tunnel. Just back up, turn around, and run. And this is my newest book. This book is going to be so deep. I've been traveling through time with these two blonde dudes. I think before they took me out before. Then when I was a kid, when I was 9 years old, nobody could beat me in the swimming pool. Nobody. And they taught me how to swim. They were college kids who came to the country where I lived to the swim club. And they taught me to be faster. They were eventually killed. So fast forward, my very first ghost kitchen where I could really get down and do what I could do, it was two blondes, and they were swimmers. One went to the Olympics. And in that, the address was my birthday, sis. It was 11/4/19. 11/4/19 was the address, but my kitchen that they assigned me was 23. So I said, okay, I'm here to learn something. I'm not going to be here that long. I knew I wasn't going to, because that 5 was just about the change.
Oh, I was just about to say changes. Yep.
And And it just showed me. And I was triggered left and right, left and right. I was eating all of that canned jackfruit. I was still smoking. I was still messing with I wasn't producing serotonin because the forum wants to work. I
Yeah.
literally was getting 3 hours of sleep, popping up, telling me, I got this. I was working for this celebrity, that celebrity. I got pictures of me where I look like a little half dead. And that's where I learned that it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm not all right. I have to control my emotions. I'm not everybody's mom. I have to take care of myself. If I don't take care of myself, the people dependent on me and the people that I'm sent to help can't get it from me. So I stayed there almost 2 years, and then I bounced, went to another ghost kitchen, and then I just closed shop.
What is
And
a
I've been
ghost
closed
kitchen?
for about a ghost kitchen is like an apartment building. The first one that I was in, it's like an apartment building with 26 studio apartments. But the apartments are commercial kitchens. So you go down the hallway, you open up this door, and it's a pizza place. You go to the next door, it's a vegan soul food. Go to the next one, it's Chinese. You come into the lobby, and you can order from all 26 kitchens in one order. It's dope. The guy who came up with it is January 29th, 1990. Aquarius, the water bearer, the genius. This guy was like, I can't even tell you, like, and he was only 28 years old when he built it. It was in a 1 year, and it's one of the greatest ghost kitchens in the country.
Wow.
So Jackfruit Cafe blew up in there, and now my brand is strong enough. Now I'm going to start speaking. I'm going to go here. I'm in this little town in Texas.
Yep. You're definitely in the time where you're supposed to be speaking. Yes. And I would say too, if you ever thought about doing a podcast or you ever thought about doing something like that, that also says it in your, but definitely speaking is a big thing.
Well, you see, I can keep conversation going.
Yes, I love that. I love that. No. I love that because most of the time when I have people on, I have to throw it up. But it's like, I love that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love that. Seriously, I love that. I love that.
So
but
I was watching my message because, again, like your response, you have to yourself when you are this messenger, when you are this star seed, when you have these gifts of communication, of intellect. And my name is Angela. That's messenger. And I tell people all the time, I'm not a healer. I'm a messenger. And I'm going to get you like a producer. So I can get you to where you need to be. I can look at you. I can size you up. I can look at you immediately and tell you what's going to help you. I tell most people, read The Alchemist. I tell most people, don't come back to me for no more advice until you read The Alchemist, because you can't understand what I'm telling you. To follow the signs, to follow the numbers. God speaks in numbers.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. Yes, it does. Yes, God does.
Every day, all day, it will be subjective. God speaks in numbers. There's only 001, 01100. That's the code. And until you drop the fear, learn how to produce serotonin by stepping back and not letting, when you're producing all this cortisol produces ego. Low vibration. So when you look, you need the cortisol to recognize when you need to duck and dodge, but not on a continuous basis. And most Black people, because of what we've been through and what we continue to go through, just continue to produce
Yeah.
cortisol.
Yeah.
And we can't be happy because we can't look at each other and be happy with each other and help each other and bond with each other and become unified. And they know this. That's
Yep.
why everything that gets dumped into the hood, even the food,
They quote
get out of the.
Tyrone.
Listen, I tell people, shop at Asian markets and Mexican markets because that Mexico,
Mm-hmm.
Asian markets, it comes from Asia and they're feeding themselves. They're taking care of themselves. They're not sending the stuff that they're sending to the grocery stores in the hood. I go into the hood, the produce is all, it's like,
Ashy
what the
and
hell is
like,
it? Yes. And they're sending the bad
I
stuff to the hood.
I always tell people, and this is like on a wealth tip that I told people, I said, y'all have to understand where you shop is important. You'll be surprised, even just that energy transfer of their money, but understand that I told them, I said, you will never catch me in a Walmart. You will never catch me in a Winn-Dixie. And I said, the reason why is because the energy that they have, and what you have to understand is that the people that create these companies, the Walmarts, the Family Dollar, the Dollar Trees, you have to understand. You have to understand that when people create a company, the first thing they think is, what is the demographic? What is the demographic? So when they create a Dollar Tree and they create a Family Dollar, where you only see a Family Dollar and a Dollar Tree where in the hood. So when the moment that you start to spend your money in these companies, you have become a part of that demographic that they labeled you as, which is, oh, we're gonna make Dollar Tree and this for the poor people. So the moment that you give your money to those people, you have become a part of that demographic. You also have created a cap within your own wealth energy, and then the food you're getting from there is only going to make it worse. And I do want to say, on the cortisol levels that you was talking about, I was working with a millionaire, a successful lady. And I remember I don't know if you ever heard of the low vibrational plate thing, that whole low vibrational plate thing. Exactly.
Tell me about it.
Exactly. So let me tell you something. All I do is speak truth, y'all. I don't give a damn. I speak truth. So I was working with this lady. I was helping her, build her social media. Like, I'm everything content and social media. And I remember, Grant Cardone has like this 10X health, right? And she had got a report back, and her report talked about cortisol. Her cortisol levels were high. And when you look at this lady, the low vibrational plate lady, you'll see she's very masculine. You see she's very, very ego. So now that you're saying all of this, right? And she's very like, you got to work hard. You got to go this, you got to go that. And I was working so hard for this lady that I was reaching burnout, but then being judged for reaching burnout. And I'm like, hold on, what's going on? I'm reaching burnout. But that's because you're producing so much cortisol, right? You're producing so much of this. My body, when she found me.
And you were picking it up.
I was picking it up. And when she found me, we found each other at the mall. When she found me, right, I was working an hour or 2 hours a day, and my business was flourishing. My business successful. Just getting up, going on live for an hour or two, selling my crystals. If I have some clothes, or selling my hoodies or whatever. And for the rest of the day, I have nothing to do. I'm chill. I can feed into myself. So when I started to meet this lady, and I'm like, hold on, like, this is a whole new lifestyle. Like, you mean to tell me that if I ask for the weekend off, I'm being like demonized, like, oh, you don't want it, right? And not realizing that I was teaching myself to neglect myself. And after I left that situation, all I hear is her voice, because I had started getting programmed by it. So what I started to realize with what you're saying, this is another recent epiphany that I'm having.
Started producing cortisol.
My mom told me, and I didn't realize. My mom said, you were acting like her. You were moving out of ego. You were being mean. And I never even realized. I was like, what? I said that? I did that? I that? Because that was the plan. Her plan was to try to make me a mini her. You know what I'm saying? And God removed me out of that situation through lies. People were telling lies on me. And that is what I'm talking about when you were talking about, when I said things reject you, or I was like, what's going on? Why? But these people can have you thinking that it's you when it's no, it's not me. It's this situation. But to go back to what I was saying when it came to just what I'm learning in this season of my life, I don't have to work that hard to get what I need. And that's what I realized. I was like, this is such a brain boggler, because when we look at the people who are great at what they do, they have a gracefulness to them. They have a effortless vibe to them. That, of course, they work to get there, but we have to understand, like, some of y'all are overworking. And I recently received, like, I meditate, I take my time by myself because that's how I receive my messages. And my ancestors was like, we need you to go into like a little sabbatical right now, because you're getting in the way. You're doing too much and you're getting in the way of what we're supposed to be doing. You're trying to do our job and you're getting in the way. And I started to realize, hold on, all of my life, I've been that kid where it's like, why is she so good at everything? My dad was a 33 life path, and my mom is an 11. My dad is literally born on the 3rd, so he's a 33.
Oh,
he's a 33. He's also a cat. He was born 1975, August 3rd. So he's a 33 life path, born on the 3rd, and my mom is an 11 life path, right? And she's born on the 2nd, but 2 is not really a 2 life path. It's really 11. Right? Because 2 people who are born on the 20th, people who are born on the 11th, people who are born on the 2nd, yep, they all have the same energy. It's all the same energy. So my mom is an 11 life path, born on an 11 day in November. So imagine my mom is 11, 11, 11, and my dad is 33, 3. And I'm 1, 2, 3 because I'm October 23rd. I'm 1, 2, 3. Right? So I started to realize, I was like, hold on, like, I'm working too hard. Why is it that I'm working so hard with this lady, but my business is going down? I was like, what is going on? But then before I met this lady, I was only working an hour, 2 hours, and I was getting so much done. What is going on? And I started to realize on this journey, God has been showing me what you don't want. Let me show you what you don't want so you can get clear on what you do want.
That's what I was just going to say. You had to find out that wasn't for you. And I had to do the same thing, but there were so many lessons. But the thing about it too is the energy. The energy, like attracts like. Even energy. Mm-hmm. You can walk into a room, the energy is off, and you're repelled. Like, yes, you bounce off of it. And you're not going to stick around for too long, mm-hmm, because the energy doesn't match. Everything is energy, including your thoughts. And this is how you manifest. And I've done this over and over. And again, I'm a Scorpio. I'm not saying all Scorpios are truthful and all Scorpios want to present the truth, but I am compelled to tell you my truth. Yes. And my truth is, if you claim, because the laws of the universe has to give you what you want. Abracadabra, ask and it shall be received. All of it is in all of these biblical tabloids. It's all there. Ask and you shall receive. You just have to feel worthy. Mm-hmm. So this is what you do. Thoughts have energy. Mm-hmm. So if you say, and I always tell people, if you haven't had any money before, start at like $75K or 150,000. So the universe moves on gratitude. The universe moves with that energy. So the more grateful you are for this $150,000 that you already have, that you just have to get out of the way. So when you have to say it every single day. One thing I say every day is from Bob Proctor. Bob Proctor is one of the foremost manifestors. I'm so happy and grateful now that large quantities of money come to me on a continuous basis in increasing quantities. Then I'm so happy for this amount of money. Say the amount of money, and then the universe goes, Oh, snap. The actual money has the exact same energy as your thought. So like attracts like. The universe puts like things together to cohabitate. If you're not alike, that's you forcing it. The universe didn't do that. When you see people punching each other out and the couples arguing and saying, oh, we just didn't want the public to know we weren't together, that's you. The universe didn't put you together. So now you keep thinking about this $150,000, but you're not just thinking about it, you're grateful for it. I'm so happy and grateful now that I have this 150,000. You say it all day long, and the universe keeps moving it to you, moving it to you when you are ready for it. That's why I say don't be asking for no $10 million right off the bat, because you get $10 million, you're going to get into trouble with it.
Because your identity
So
hasn't matched yet. Yeah.
Right? So start with 150. So what happens is you get in your own way. That's when you get triggered. You're eating low vibrational food. You're not eating high energy. You're vibrating low. You're constantly in conflict. You're eating dead animals. Then the universe just stops and says, well, I'll just wait till it's like. The thought is there, but all the other actions have to line up with it. So that you heard of, we get in our own way. When you got me effed up. No, you got yourself effed up. Getting upset with somebody that makes no difference in your life.
Yeah.
5 minutes from now, you're not even going to see this person, and you're vibing really low. So the universe is not going to come towards you. The universe comes towards you when you're vibrating high. And when you're following a path, stop looking at everybody else. They're on their path. Jeff Bezos is on his path. So what? He's a billionaire. So what? So what? That's
He's a cat too, by the way. Funny that you mentioned him. He's a cat also.
Yeah, him, Tom Cruise, Whitney Houston, Brad Pitt, Mike Jordan, Johnny Depp.
Yep.
Yeah, that year, that 63 was something. 63 was something else. But you've got to, whatever you want, you have to match it, and you have to vibrate high. If you vibrate low, the universe waits for you to vibrate high and to feel worthiness. You have to feel like you are worthy of this. If you got these feelings of reservation, if somebody told you that, oh no, only this person can have that, then you're not going to have it. But I'm telling you, money will fall out of the sky when you vibrate high. Ooh, that's a t-shirt. That bars right there.
Yes.
Reverend Ike said that. And I'm telling you, money will fall out of the sky.
I love Reverend Ike.
As soon as you believe it. Y'all listen to Reverend Ike.
I like Reverend Ike. You ever heard of Neville Goddard?
Of course.
Yeah, Neville Goddard. Lately, I was just telling someone, I was like, because I've been studying Neville Goddard for about like 3 years, and
nice.
I said now I feel like I've started to like really understand Neville Goddard, and I've started to move to like reality transurfing. That's where I'm at right now, reading that. Have you read that one? Yep. I'm at reality transurfing right now.
I mean, before I go to bed, I do the manifestation, I do all the meditation, I open it all up, and I literally just attract everything I want. Yes. This house that I'm in right now is an investment home, and I closed escrow a month ago. And again, I was working too hard in the restaurant, and people were coming at me left and right. People would be irritable. The employees didn't rise to the occasion. And I said, okay, so it's always been in me, and I've been vibrating. Find the perfect house. And I did. This house, if this house were in California, it'd be about 2.5.
Wow.
It's 2,000 square feet, 3 humongous bedrooms. The living room is huge. and it has a guest house with a full bathroom, a full kitchen that has its private entrance. The lawn is I was looking at another house, and my realtor, who's a sister, walked in. She said, "Oh, I can't let you buy this house." So she walked out, and she was walking. We were on the phone because she was going to FaceTime me, and she said, "You know what? There's another house. Hold on, right quick." She went in, and then she hit me back, and she was like, "This house is nice, girl, and it's got a guest house." I said, "Put the offer in." And she's like, "No, no, wait a minute. Now, wait a minute, Angie. You just put the offer in, or I'm going to call another realtor. That's my house." And the address is 1728. And it's 6th
28.
Street.
28. 28 is the number of wealth. 28 is the number of wealth.
That's why Denzel is born on the 28th. His wife is born on the 28th.
That see,
and his
you already on it. That you are the two people.
And the other one was, yeah, I know.
People who are born on the 28th usually are the richest in their field. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, Tom Cruise, I think, is born on the 28th. If I'm not mistaken, I think
It might be.
Yeah. And the thing about it is, you know how on TV everything that was being sold was $19.99. That adds up to 28. I'm born 1999.
Yeah.
And if you look at like the Rolex commercials, right? This is something that I've learned from the numerology. If you look at the Rolex commercials, every single Rolex commercial has the number 28 on it. Elon Musk, Bill Gates, born on the 28th. The company Apple, the life path of Apple is 28. Steve Jobs is a 28 life path. 28 is the number of wealth.
My son turned 28 this year, and I told him, it's such a trip. I told him, just take it all in, be fearless, follow the signs, because 28 was my most, 28 was, you know what? I want to say that I wrote a list. I wanted to be a lead in a film. I wanted to do some global commercials. Because global commercials pay, girl. I did one global commercial, and that thing paid me. Girl. Anywho, it was mid 6 figures that I made off of it in residual, and I think I booked my first. I was a series regular. I was the mom on Cousin Skeeter. So all of this happened when I was 28. It was my richest year.
What year? What year were you 28? Do you know?
So I was. Let me see.
Because it had to be a friendly year for you.
I was born in 63. So mine is 1963.
1991. So check this out. 1991, right, is the year of the goat. The goat is the 8th sign. The goat is the money. So, of course, you know what I'm saying? You saying 28 was and then think about it. He turned 28 in a what? Cat year, which is friendly. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny because I actually have 28 tattooed on me. I have 28 tattooed on me.
And that's a 1. I'm 19, which is 1. So
because you need leadership to get to wealth. You need aggression. You need to know what you got to do. And Tom Cruise he's not born on the 28th, but he's a 28 life path. So his birthday adds up to 28. He's born 1962. So he's a tiger. He's a tiger. That's why he does so many daredevil. He does his own stunts because tigers are very like you could kind of see where And he's born on the 3rd too. The tiger's the 3rd sign. He's born on the 3rd too. So, wow. Yeah. So yeah.
That's why you have to look at these things. You have to look at the numbers. I see 444 every day. And I wake up in between like 2, like, and it's always the number always resonates. Like and I just pay attention to it. It's just I believe that a lot of this is just saying, okay, you're on the right path. You're on the right path. Just pay attention. I see 111. I see 123, 333, 444. Just
You know what's crazy about the whole numbers? Like you said, the numbers were following you, right? I have a little thing about that. So the person that got me into, like, so first of all, how I even got into spirituality and getting into how deep it was, I started at 14 years old, and the reason why was because of Jaden and Willow. Those two kids made me, like, I am so, like, in
Oh my
love
God.
with their spirit. Willow is actually a 7 life path. She's a 7 life path. And I can actually tell by her birthday. Like, so it's crazy because certain people's birthday, I can tell, like, what kind
And
of.
she's a Scorpio.
She's a Scorpio, yes. So I can look at certain people's birthday and tell, like, what they struggled with as a kid. I can see, if their family broke up, if they came from a broken home, I can see all of that. So the thing about it is that, so 14, 15 found out about Willow and Jaden in the books that they were reading, and I started reading those same books. Then what started to happen was XXX Tentacion came out, and around 2017, 2018, and he's a 33 life path. And he was so inspiring to me. In the beginning, I wasn't really drawn to it because he was in a point of his life where he was really doing a lot of toxic things. He then changed his life, started to want to help people, and he started to really inspire me. He was talking a lot about manifestation. He was talking a lot about law of attraction. And this was the guy that made me be like, you know what? I want to make music. I want to inspire people. I then ended up booking a job with Rolling Loud to shoot a TV show. I was making the score. I was making the music. I was also playing, like, behind the scenes to create a TV show about XXX Tentacion. And I was like, this is crazy. Like, this is the reason why I'm even, funny enough,
Wow.
my dad's a 33 life path. X is a 33 life path, right? What ended up happening is I had a dream that this lady walked up to me and was like, hey, I know your dad. Later on, a lady actually came to me in real life and said, hey, I know your dad. I'm with XXX Tentacion's family right now, and I'm showing them your music. I said, okay, this is crazy. This is connected. Like, what's going on? Later on, I'm like, why is 123 keep following me? I'm like, why is 123 keep following me? I'm born October 23rd.
His birthday is 123.
I'm born October 23rd. He's born January 23rd.
January 23rd.
Right? Check this out, right? Tiger
Girl.
Woods, born December 30th,
12:30.
1975. LeBron James, 12:30. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, because I kept asking, like, why does this keep following me? Why does this keep following me? Why does it keep following me? Then you have to also think about the fact that X's family was Jamaican. My family's Jamaican from Kingston. I'm like, okay, this is connected again, right? His real name is Ja, which is God said. Jase, God said. My name is Oriana. Ori in Africa is your head. That's your mind, your head. This is where they, you have to be careful of your head, which is the 7th chakra. I'm a 7 life path, very brainiac. And then I was like, wow, and if you look at 1, 2, 3, 1 plus 2 is 3. And then you have that other 3, that's another 33 right there. Right? So I was like, this is crazy. Like the sync up. The sync up. Then you look at his mom, right? His mom's name is Cleopatra. Right? Leo is a cat. Cleopatra is also connected to Egypt. And cats were very, powerful in Egypt. And I'm like, wow. Yep. And I was born at 3:30 p.m. 33. 3:30 p.m. Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know, you are him. We are. So look at Marilyn Monroe. There's some people who come. Marilyn Monroe was a bot. Marilyn Monroe was not. You can see interviews where she never blinks. She's literally just talking, and her eyes never blink. Then she manifested into Anna Nicole Smith.
Wait, before you say Marilyn Monroe, you know what her first manifestation was, right? Cleopatra.
Tell me.
Cleopatra. It's the same story.
So
it's the wait, hold on. It's the woman getting in between two powerful nations, two powerful figures through sex. Leo, what is Leo? A sexual sign, Leo. But also, if you look at the word Cleopatra, you can't spell Cleopatra without cat. You can't spell Cleopatra without rat.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. So the fact that you're bringing up Marilyn Monroe, go ahead.
We're literally just mirrors of each other. You are me in another form. I'm you. And then we go to when DMX died. What's his partner's name? Married to Alicia Keys. Swiss Beats.
Mm-hmm.
Swiss Beats did an interview. And he said, X came, he was sitting on a sofa. He described it. He said, I was sitting on this big sectional sofa and I was watching something on TV. It was a comedy. And to my right, there was a door and in came X. And he said, dog, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. They grabbed each other, they bear hugged, and then they wrestled around on this big sofa. Then they both sat there and watched this show. And then X said, later on, they were there for a good little while. And then X said, don't worry, I'm good, dog, but I gotta go now. And he had the biggest smile on his face. And when I was listening to it, I couldn't believe what I was listening to. The night Ricky Harris died, I had the exact same dream. The exact same dream. And I wish I could remember what was playing to the T. I was sitting on a big sectional sofa. To my right, Ricky came in. I saw him and somebody else was with me, a hater was with me. And I looked and I said, I told you he was coming. I told you he was coming. And he grabbed me, we bear hugged me, and the first thing out of his mouth was, Ange. And he called me by a nickname. He didn't say my name. He used to call me Ann or Anna. He was my whole heart. Ricky Harris, the comedian, the actor, his body of work is just stellar. And he was the most underrated artist of my generation, Ricky Harris. And he walked in, he said, Ann, I'm good. And he was yelling and he had this huge smile.
Died October 25th. Born October 1st. Go ahead.
We rolled around and then we spooned and we watched this show and he said, Ange, I'm good. Don't worry. I'm good. And he just kept saying, I'm good. And that's what Swiss Beats said, that's all he said the whole time. I'm good. I'm good.
I gotta look at his birthday.
And exes. It freaked me out so bad that, and the dream. So then Raynell Swilling, another writer, called me, and Ricky had heart problems, and she called me, and I'm sorry. This is
an 11-day. So this is a day of emotion. This is a day of emotion. So trust me, I understand.
She called me and she said, Angie, Ricky. And I was like, what? Because I thought he had another heart attack and I just didn't want to. And she said, Angie, I'm so sorry. She just kept saying she was sorry. And then the news broke and the picture that they used was a picture. Snoop even posted the picture. I used to photograph Ricky all the time. I just took picture after picture after picture of him. And the picture that Snoop posted was a picture that I had taken. And I was sitting there looking at the picture, and in walks this girl.
Yeah.
She's about 6'2". And she came, she floated in. And the things that she was saying to me was from Ricky. And she said, I just drove here from Long Beach. And Ricky had just died in Long Beach. And she was just staring at me. And I was staring at her. And she was about 6'2". And then she comforted me. It was a juice bar that I had in Burbank. She comforted me. And she said, I'm sure he's okay. I'm sure and I was just standing there stunned. I was crying hysterically. I was by myself, crying hysterically in my juice bar. And I was trying to get it together because in comes a customer. And she said, I just came in from Long Beach and I'm on my way back, but this was the only juice bar. She got the juice. And when I looked out the window, she was driving a Jaguar. That's what Ricky drove at the time.
Which is a cat.
Then we had a memorial for him, and I saw one of his daughters, and she was about 6'2". And that girl looked like if me and Ricky had a child. We never go anywhere. We just go to different dimensions.
Yep.
But we'll see that we're all the same. We literally are one conscious. And when somebody deviates or kills somebody or does something crazy, it messes us up collectively. That's why so many people are sick. So many people are unhappy. So many people are producing cortisol. So many people, our glands are filled up. Because when one deviates from the consciousness, then we all get messed up.
It's like our DNA.
But that's why, yes, that's that deoxyribonucleic acid. Girl, I could talk to you forever.
I could talk to you forever. What you talking about? I could talk to you forever because it's like we're able to receive puzzle pieces from each other of like, oh, that's why that happened. That's why. And it's like these past couple of days, all I've been asking for is clarity. Just clarity. And it's just, go ahead.
The eclipse is going to bring it. The eclipse is going to bring it. I guess it's happening in the next couple of days.
See, and that's the thing. This eclipse is happening, and I kept receiving messages from my ancestors. They were like, no vices right now. No vices. You need to be so clear right now. And I actually had a trip planned to go to Atlanta Friday to work with a very big producer, very spiritual, very connected. And I was like, what? I was like, God, why is this being canceled? Why is this? And it's like, all I can hear is just, this is a time where you need to be inside because of how much, you don't know how much magic and things people are putting out right now, especially in places like Atlanta where that is very big at. And I went to Atlanta and I was like, what is up? And the people are great in Atlanta, but I was like, what is up with this energy here in Atlanta? It's like almost as if they want you to be sad here. It's like you're stuck in four walls. Like when I was inside Atlanta, I was like, I gotta get outside. Like I was like, I gotta get outside. This is terrible because I live in Miami. So when I'm here in Miami, it's like it's very hard for you to just get sad just to get sad. You know what I'm saying? Because it's so bright. It's so much, life here. Then I go to Atlanta and I'm like, what is going on? Why is it so dark? Why is it so moody? It feels like you could lose yourself here. You could lose track. You know what I'm saying? You could find yourself getting caught in a line of thoughts. And I was like, I could never live here.
I met you before in Miami, or I saw you in Miami. I was in Miami for 3.5 years straight, like every weekend there with my son. I literally was crisscrossing the country literally every
My
weekend.
mom worked at
And
UM.
I saw you. I saw you somewhere, and your features and everything about you and your energy is so striking. And for me, I receive energy. I recognize energy, and I've seen you before because when I first saw you online, you popped up. I don't know if it was on the Explore page. You just popped up in my feed. I was like, oh, that's that girl. But I didn't know you, Square Biz. I kid you not. Like I felt like I had seen you before. Like I saw you. It was like, where do I know her from? Where do I know her from? Where do I know this girl from? And I know that I've seen you. I've heard you speak, heard you interact. It may have been like in a store somewhere or walking down the street, but I've seen you before because when you popped up, I stopped. Like I stopped because of your look first and the energy that was coming off of you, and then I stopped to listen to your words, and then within 5 minutes I pushed follow, and then everything that you can look on your feed, it's like I done like probably everything you done put out in the last, because I'm telling you, we crossed paths in Miami somewhere. And I never forget a face, ever. And you may not have seen me, and maybe I just saw you, but I do know.
My mom did work at UM. She's a nurse. She did work at UM for a period of time. And I remember, it's not many times that I've gone to UM, but I remember specifically one time I went to UM with my father to her job. And I know she would always, like, it's funny, just UM is a big part of, like, my family's life, too. Nobody went to UM, but there was, people had jobs at UM. But I do want to say that is a very cat-like thing, too. Because, remember now, cats, when they close their eyes, they take a lot of cat naps. When they close their eyes, they're traveling. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, us cat people, we can hear, like I've heard conversations that are yet to come. I've heard conversations that are yet to come. I've had dreams where people come and then they come in person. So it's just this is all too powerful. And it's funny because today's the 11th. Today is, I believe, a one day. Hold on, let me just make sure. But today is 11, and 11 is a number of dreams. It's a one day. Yep, and the type of one that it is 19. So today adds up to 19, and it's 11 day. And I want to say that cats have such an ability to be able to. We have foresight too. So that's one thing, especially us being a Scorpio. Yes.
2 days from now.
Yes, and that's the thing. It's so hard to receive a message. Like, I remember I was in Atlanta and I called somebody out. He was a Scorpio too, so Scorpios don't like to hit it. When it's them, I called him out. I was like, bro, like you gotta. I was like, I told him, I said, you're not being who you say you are, and he got triggered. And the thing about it is that people will think that we're trying to assert ourselves above them because we're calling them out, and they usually don't have anything to call us out with because we're living in our truth so much. And our authenticity is not that we brag about it, but we don't brag about it. It's just our energy, because it's so authentic, it can come off very like, somebody said I'm getting deja vu, which is cat. That's a Matrix. In the Matrix, that's another thing too. Matrix came out in 1999. That's why the cat was such a big, a big icon, like a image in the Matrix. And if you look at it, when the black cat passed by, they say, oh, deja vu. Then in the newest Matrix recently, the cat name was Deja Vu. And interestingly enough, I do want to say this is a little off topic, but these cats, I don't know if you ever owned a cat before or if you have a cat, but these cats.
I'm trying to get one now.
You need to get one this year. Absolutely. You need to get one this year. this year, because it's the year of the
know.
cat. Let
I
me tell
know.
you something. I only received cats at points in my life where death happened. So my first cat, my father passed away 2018 in my enemy year. So he passed away in his enemy year also. So in 2018, my father had passed away December 28th, right before the year was about to end, right? So what happened was, after my father passed away, maybe like the next year or the year after, my friend, she has a black cat, and her black cat has babies. And my mom is like, I don't like cats. My mom's a rooster. That's the enemy sign. You know what I'm saying? She's like, I don't like cats or whatever. And, you know, I'm mourning. I'm grieving. You get what I'm saying? So I'm at her house, and the cat walks up to me. And I'm like, this cat picked me. And I named her BB because I named her BB after, her name was Bia. Her name was Bia after the artist Bia. Little did I know, my name is Styx, like my artist name. Bia is actually in Greek. I believe Bia was actually connected to the name Styx in Nike. Nike was made in a cat ear, which is again interesting. So what ended up happening is this cat, I remember I looked at the cat that I got, BB, I looked in her eyes and I said, these eyes look familiar. And my mom's not all spiritual like that, you know what I'm saying? But she is an 11 life path. 11 life paths, when they tell you something, when an 11 life path tells you, I don't listen to them, right? So when she looked at the cat, she said, that cat is somebody. She said, that cat is somebody. And I knew that was my dad. Mind you, my dad is born the year of the cat. But it didn't connect with me until I looked at my cat's eyes, and then I looked at a picture of my dad, and I said, these eyes look familiar. And think about it. With us, our features are eyes. Our features are eyes. So sometimes, like you said it's your look. Some people stop scrolling. I am born on the 23rd, which adds up to 5. So 5 is the number of looks. So what ended up happening is people will look at me, and the first thing they'll notice is my eyes, because that's the cat eye thing. But then what happened was the cat passed away December 21st of 2020, which was that day that was going so popular. But the way that my cat passed, so I guess my brother had locked her in the room, didn't even know his window was open, and there's dogs in the back.
Did you say December 21st?
December 21st. My cat
That's a 3-3.
33. 33.
You know,
and my dad was a 33.
and you know the Matrix. Yeah, in the Matrix, cat is 3 letters, Neo is 3 letters.
Mm-hmm.
But he passed away on the 33, the 3 and 3.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. You just helped me connect that too. My father was a Leo too. My father was a Leo too. That's another cat. My father was a Leo.
That's a cat.
Yeah.
Lion.
Then what ended up happening is I got another cat, right? So my friends, they knew I was like out that I could still like that cat. That was my first ever cat, and that was the cat that was helping me get through the whole thing with my father. That cat's death affected my whole family. Like we had like cat PTSD. Like when I got a new cat, but hold on, let me. I gotta tell that second story right, because you're gonna be like, what the fuck? So,
oh, you give me the chills.
So after my cat passed away, BB, there was my partner at that time that I was dating, 4 life path, right? So 4 sometimes cannot really be spiritual, but you have other numbers within there that allows you to be very deep. So sometimes 4 life paths can be very like within the physical realm, or cannot think outside the box sometimes, right? It's 4.
Yep.
And
because 4 goes straight up. It's like a pyramid.
Mm-hmm.
And a pyramid.
Yep.
It doesn't go this way down.
One day we were inside it was 2020. One day we was inside my little like office that I had at my mom's house, and all I heard BB's like, meow. Like she had a specific like meow, meow. And I looked out the window, and I'm like, what? I said BB. And Joe was like, her name is Joe. Joe was like, I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. And I went to my mom like a couple days later. I said, I heard BB. And she looked at me and she said, I've been hearing her too. Then my friends ended up, I told my friends, I was like, hey, I want another cat. Like I have to get another cat. She needs to be black. Cause at the time I was really into ancient Egypt and Bastet. So I
told my friend I need a black cat.
Yep.
She's got a bunch of cats. I
Yep.
need a black one.
I said, at the time, actually, I didn't say I need a black cat. I said I need a female cat because Bastet is a female. I said I need a female cat. I said I was like, I don't know if I want her to look too much like I don't know if I want her to look too much like my last cat or whatever, but I need a female cat. Next thing you know, randomly on Joe's birthday, she brings me this cat, right? And I'm like, oh, this cat looks, oh damn, I'm skipping parts. Hold on, I gotta go back real quick. So before I got this cat right here, I had a dream that a man passed away, right? This is gonna freak you out. You're gonna be like, whoa. I had a dream that a man passed away. And when I woke up, after I had the dream that the man passed away, I woke up and I hear my dog barking outside. There's a man walking up. He comes to the door. He's like, hey, I just wanted to let you guys know, Emerson passed away, which was our neighbor. He was a very nice guy, very kind-hearted guy. He's like, I just wanted to let you know Emerson passed away. I said, oh my God, I just woke up from a dream that told me a man passed. Lo and behold, next year comes, because I think that's like around maybe like late December or whatever the case is. And my friend brings a cat and I'm like, whoa, on Joe's birthday, I'm like, oh my gosh, this cat literally looks like my last cat. I said, what's her name? Emerson. I said, what? The cat name, this cat right here that you just saw, all black. They told me that was the only female cat there, because I asked specifically for a female. Her name was Emerson.
God.
Her name was Emerson.
There are no coincidences. It's your energy being able to make these things happen. It literally is your energy. And you're making these things happen. It's coming to you because you vibrate so high. You used to do a lot of talks. You used to do something with another kid that does astrology. No?
The white guy?
No.
You just saw
Black
me.
guy.
You just saw. Is he young? You just saw me do it. Is this recent that you're talking about?
No. This may have been, because I've been following you for a while.
How long?
Or maybe it was just, I've been following you for a very long time. We can look and see. I think it'll tell us, but and I've been telling young people to follow you, like I've been telling people, hey, and I'll send your stuff to people. I've reposted you. You just come with it. Like you come with the real, some of the stuff that you say, a lot of it is about protecting yourself and recognizing who's for you and who's against you and not being afraid to let people go, and not being afraid to just move forward, and not being able, and you always talk about, and I'm paraphrasing, but you talk about the responsibility is yours. And take the responsibility and just move forward. Claim it. You are worthy. And you always talk about how other people will make you feel less worthy. And that resonated with me because at the time, I'm sure I've been following you for about maybe 2-3 years.
No way.
Because
no way. Were you following me on TikTok then? Where were you following?
No. Here on, I don't know where we are here, but Instagram.
No, I just saw it. I remember when you followed me. I remember you followed me this year. You're connected to
you know what? I may have unfollowed you because I had an assistant that just got kind of crazy with unfollowing. But I'm telling you, when I was in that kitchen number 20, you were born on the 23rd. That kitchen was 23. And that energy came, and I listened to you a lot. Maybe I didn't follow you. Maybe there's another way of following people without actually pushing follow. But you have been resonating with me for a couple of years. And I know where I was living at the time, and that was 2 years ago. And your words were so powerful. Don't let people steal from you. Don't let people steal your energy.
Yep.
And when I was there, the two swimmers, their jobs have always been to provide me with something that I can't they were both coming at me. They were 28 years old, and they were both on me. And when I say on me, I'm like, dude, I'm 55 years old. Give me a break. And one of them was so on me that he got in my face and was like, why are you so hard to get? And I'm like, we're doing business. I don't boo-boo where I eat. We get that through you. So when you reject someone, particularly somebody young with bravado, I mean, this kid was an Olympic swimmer. He was gorgeous, beautiful. He was my type. Like listen, if I was a lesser person, it would have went down with both of them. Okay, you on Monday, you on Wednesday,
You're
and
such
then
a
back to you on Friday, and then we're
Scorpio.
going back to square biz. Because when I tell you, one of them was so beautiful, it made my heart drop when I saw them, and I knew I was in trouble. And when I saw them together, and then the other one, I found out they were swimmers, I was just like, you've come back. I'm supposed. So I signed the lease immediately. I was like, I'm in. There's something for me. And the address on the building. But I'm telling you, during that time is when I started listening to you. So maybe I didn't follow you, but maybe YouTube. I don't know, but I know that you resonated with me while I was in that kitchen. And a lot of things that you said gave me the strength to just pack up my stuff and leave. And then some things happened, like Lizzo, but my kitchen was booked for Lizzo's tour. And she fired me 4 weeks in. And the producers coerced me into doing this without a contract. And Lizzo never came to set. She never introduced herself. And I think it was because she's a Taurus. She don't forget anything. And during the pandemic, she reached out to me for catering. But you see how it took me to get onto this app? I didn't know nothing about Instagram. We didn't have a social media manager. So it was in the request. I didn't know nothing about requests until 2 years later. And I saw all these messages from 22 weeks ago. And I hit her up and I apologized. And at first, I just blamed it on Instagram. I said, Instagram didn't give me the messages. And then I realized it was requests, but she never responded. And she didn't know that I was booked. And I don't know that it's a grudge or whatever. But all of these girls are from the Midwest, and we were killing it. Me and my sous chef, we were killing it. These girls, they couldn't believe that this food was vegan. I mean, we were killing it. And then one day I get a call from the producers, and I didn't want to make a big thing about it. And I said, oh, okay, but it did a lot of damage to the business because I had prepared for 6 months down the road and had put, right? So that was part of me closing that kitchen. Like, it damaged us so bad.
I gotta look at her birthday.
Look at her birthday. Please tell me. And then the producers lied and lied and lied. And So I had so much supplies, and I still didn't recoup the funds that I should have asked them for. And it was a holy mess. But it pushed me out of there. But then peep this.
Mm-hmm.
So my biggest, so then I went to the next kitchen and I did a PSA for PETA.
That's
And Lizzo, Lizzo donated the song. So the song was Lizzo, and it featured me, John Sally, Alicia Silverstone, what's the Quinoa, River Phoenix's brother. And it was when I tell you I recouped all of the money that we lost in that first kitchen, because when that PSA came out, I couldn't keep up with the orders. And it wouldn't have happened unless she donated the song. I would have gotten in my way. That wouldn't have happened if I had let them have, oh no, you got me effed up. Oh no, we didn't do a contract. Oh no, if I had done all of that instead of just said, okay, it's time for me to go anyway. This is pushing me out the door, because I had the other kitchen already. So this kitchen, I literally had pulled back. We had closed for like weeks at a time. This kitchen wasn't generating any revenue. It was only generating the revenue coming from the Lizzo project.
What city was this kitchen in?
It was in West LA. And then the second one where we just blew up.
Now, check this out. So you said this was West LA, and you said it didn't work with Lizzo, right? Okay, LA the California was founded in the year of the dog. Lizzo is a dragon, which is the enemy sign of the dog. So, of course, her trying to do something or anything when it comes to LA, it's always going to have struggles. It's always going to have struggles.
Yeah, they barred her from the LA basketball games.
LA is her enemy. Next year's a dragon year. We already started to see earthquakes and stuff like that happen in LA. LA is about to enter, California is about to enter its enemy year. Period.
That's why I bounced. I felt it. I bounced, and I told my people, I said, I'll be back, but give me 18 months.
Yeah.
Because it's something getting ready. LA is.
Yep. I was just telling this to his name is Super Mario. He produced, a lot of big songs for very well artists. And I was just telling him, I said, mark my words, you're going to see a lot of people start to move out of LA. You're going to see that Hollywood is not going to be in LA anymore, because it's going through its enemy year, and it's most likely going to move to Miami, because Miami is now becoming the capital, like the money city. Miami was made on the 28th, right? And then when you look at Miami, right? Miami was made the year of the monkey. Monkey, M-O, money, M-O. It's a 5 life path. So Miami was made on the 28th.
M-O-N.
Yeah. So, yep. Oh, M-O-N, yeah. So,
let's take the K out.
Yeah. So, yeah, exactly. So, when you start to look at Miami's a 5 life path.
A monkey.
Yeah, so Miami is a 5 life path, and that's why when you come to Miami, you see that the people that are here usually travel to Miami, because 5 is the number of travel. Also, you'll see that when you come to Miami, everybody's sexually like, let's go. It's dance. 5 is dance. You see Chris Brown born May 5th, dance. You get what I'm saying? Also, you'll see that
God,
yeah.
It's listen. It's real.
Yes.
Air Jordan. He's an air sign.
Okay, wait. I was just going to tell you this. Now, check this out, right? I'm born on the 23rd, because I got Michael Jordan right here, and I got Michael Jordan right here. Michael Jordan's born the year of the cat, and you say Air Jordan, right? Aquarius. Also, I'm born on the 23rd, right? This year is 2023. I'm 23 years old, and the end of the year, when you write the date down, I think it may be taking out the
Oh
zeros.
my
At the last
God.
day
Oh
of the
my
year is 123, which is my birthday. 123. So that's how I knew. Also, I was like, this is a cat year, but I know this year is about to be big because it's 23. I also played basketball. You see, a lot of great basketball players are also born on the 23rd. Kobe Bryant, Kyrie Irving. I was a really good basketball player. I went to college for basketball. I dropped out because I had a full scholarship. I was like, I'm gonna go do what I love to do. I'm gonna do because I almost took myself out in college. I almost took myself out. I was at my enemy state. It was a rooster. My mom picked the school. She a rooster. You know what I'm saying? And it almost took
I'm
me
in
out.
Texas.
Ooh.
I'm in
Are you in
Texas.
Houston?
No, Houston took my mom. That's where my mom was.
Houston is a rooster.
And
That's your enemy sign. That's our enemy sign. Whenever I went to Houston, I hated it.
Houston
I hated
kicked
it.
my
I
butt.
went to college in Texas. Midland, Texas.
That's not too far from me where I am right now. I don't want to say where I
Yeah,
am because
no.
I'm kind of okay.
But I went to
Let's see
Midland
when
College.
it was established. Let's see when it's established. I can't tell. It's a lot going on here.
You could try Wikipedia.
I'm on Wikipedia, but it's not girl. It was admitted to the Union December 29th, 1845.
Okay, hold on.
So that's 1229.
That's snake.
And
That's snake. You're the snake. Snake's
that's an
not,
enemy to the cat.
No. Your enemy's the rooster. Your enemy's the rooster.
Okay.
The snake's enemy is the pig, which is your son.
Let me tell you something. The game in Texas was so bad.
It's starting to make
His first
sense.
time in Texas was I want to see my mom's. When did you say my mom's?
What year you said your mom?
Girl, I don't remember. It's either 34 or 37. All right.
I'm gonna ask you some questions because I can use. So you say 1937 is an ox. Okay. So was she a bully? Was she like what's the strong arm? Was she like the type to strong arm you?
She tried to push me out the door when this guy gave her this little dog. I put him outside and a pack of wild dogs came. I was 12 years old. I was sitting in the front room. I heard my mother run down the hallway. Get my dog, get my dog.
Wait. You said get my dog, get my dog. I looked up 1934. 1934 is the year of the dog.
She loved dogs. Her and dogs were.
Was she
her
like?
And dogs were one.
Was she like talk? Was she yap like bark? She could have been a dog then. She was a
dog.
She was born the year of the dog.
Was a dog.
So
but peep this.
Go ahead.
She tried to push me out the door. I'm watching this dog get ripped apart. And she's pushing me out the door, and I'm holding onto the door frame, and my fingernail pops off.
What?
And this is a crazy story. We talking bullies now. My fingernail pops off, and there's blood. Like it's split. So I see blood on my fingernail. Whoa. And she's beating me. Like she's slapping me. Get my dog, get my dog. And I see the blood on the dog. I see all the blood. It's snowing. And the leader of the pack, and I'm holding on for my 12-year-old body is outside the house, holding on to this door frame. It's whipping snow. This is Michigan.
Wait, you said 12 years old? 12 years old, right?
I was 12.
Okay. The sign that's after cat, because when you were 11, you was in cat year, right? The year after that was Dragon. So of course, the dog got hit. So you was probably in. It was the dog's
But
end of the
peep
year.
this.
Go ahead.
Oh my God, it's crazy. So the leader of the pack literally turned around and made eye contact with me. And we communicated. And that dog said, "I'm sorry." That dog apologized to me for what was happening. That dog couldn't believe what it was watching. And then it tried, they flipped, they were just flipping the dog up in the air, flipping up in the air.
God.
Then I saw them just pull it apart. And it was only seconds. And all of the, I'm sorry. Ooh, I almost threw up in my mouth. I'm so sorry.
No, you're good.
All
You're
of
good.
them had a piece of the dog
Oh my God.
in their mouth. And that dog in his mouth turned around and looked at me and said, "Damn, that's your mom?" That's what that dog was like, "Damn, sorry." And then trotted off. And then everything just stopped. Like, excuse my language, but that bee was gone, and so was the bee beating on me. And I just was standing there, and the wind was whipping, and I saw the blood on my finger, and there was blood on the ground, and I just stood there. And then I closed the door and went back to the TV. So these are the situations where people say nobody helped you with your emotions. Nobody helped you deal with your emotions. And that all just, and it would come, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. She was a bully. But
So
she loved dogs. And my grandmother used to talk about how she would come home and there would just be a trail of dogs behind her, like the Pied Piper.
What was her birthday again? So we have the year 1934. What's the birthday? February
24. Let me tell you what a bully she was. They used to celebrate my birthday on November 18th. And my grandmother used to do it. And my mom said her birthday is the 19th. And then she said, it doesn't matter. She said, it doesn't matter when you do it. And I was so like, I don't matter. And that stuck with me. Like, it doesn't matter that we acknowledge me on my birthday. It just doesn't matter.
At what age was this for you?
Girl, this stuff started my mother had me with it was very clandestine. So she was very resentful. She was fearful of terminating the pregnancy. In 1963, it was illegal in half of the states for a Black person to be with a white person. So my white father was like, I don't want no parts of this. And I even remember as a baby him backtracking. I heard it. And I heard her give him these ultimatums, and then she sent me away to the family farm, which I'm happy because I'm me because of the farm. I'm me because of that farm, and because of my uncle whose birthday is today. Oh my God.
Today's his birthday?
The man who raised me's birthday is today.
You got a lot
October 11th.
You got a lot of 11 energy around you. And 11 is drama. 11 is when 11 days are when some of the most terrible things happen, because it's a day of like, so the number 11 is a number where the elites will do certain things. 9/11. You get what I'm saying? The Twin Towers look like an 11. This is something that my teacher taught me. His name is Gary. So when they usually do things to siphon energy, I believe George Floyd died on an 11-day, right? And how much energy and emotional energy did they take from that? Because think about it. On 11 days, what do? We cry. We get emotional. And we all know to manifest, that is some of the most powerful energy, emotions. So you could have seen very traumatic things happen, especially with this energy that you have. You could have had traumatic things happen, and it caused a lot of emotion that this matrix was sucking from you. So that's why it's important to be careful on 11 days. Also, travel is not the best on 11 days. Traveling, you'll see that. So whenever you book your flights, just keep this in mind. Whenever you book your flights, if the day adds up to 11, if it's the 11th, if it's the 20th, if it's the 2nd, if it's the 29th, you tell them, move my flight to the next day. Do not travel on 11 days. I remember there was a day when all the planes couldn't fly. It was an 11-day. Whenever you see technical issues, it's an 11-day. It usually storms a lot on 11 days. I have not had a day where it's an 11-day and it didn't rain. Today, it rained like 3 times.
Wow.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Also,
it's real. It's like, just pay attention.
And pay attention to the animal. Pay attention to the animals that surround your city too. So, for example, South Beach is a cat city. That's where you will see most cats, right? If you look at this Florida, the state of Florida is a snake state. That's why you see so many crocodiles, reptiles, snakes, and all these lizards, iguanas. It's a reptile state. That's why you see so many reptiles. If you go to California, probably everybody got dogs. You get what I'm saying? Everybody got dogs. That's what you can look at.
Everybody got dogs.
Everybody got dogs. If you go to a state, like for example, a city down here is called Little Havana. It's a rooster city. You see every single block, every restaurant in Little Havana has a rooster statue, and it's a rooster state. I mean, a rooster city. This stuff is real. This stuff is so real. And it's funny because
it's how God talked to us.
And it's funny because the guy that I've learned this from, he actually helped the Warriors, the Golden State Warriors, win their championship using numerology. That's why their whole quote is strength in numbers. That's their quote, strength in numbers. If you ever saw that interview with Klay Thompson, they was like, so what made you pick number 11 or as your jersey or whatever? He's like, well, my name is Clay, which is K. K is the 11th letter. I was the 11th pick, and I had to get the jersey number 11. You know, and it's funny because a goal of mine is to actually consult people using numerology, because the guy that I've learned from, he's been consulting such successful people with the numbers, billionaires, millionaires, athletes, superstars, and Anthony Edwards, he's a basketball player, is in numerology. Some other people, I don't want to say any names because I don't know what, you know what I'm saying. Certain people don't want them to know that they use numerology, but so
exactly. J.P. Morgan used it.
Elon Musk uses it. Exactly. So
yep.
one of my goals as I continue to do what I do, because I do want to, be a life coach. I do want to be able to consult highly successful people who need to navigate this world. I want to help people use numerology within their business, knowing that, hey, this color that you're doing right now is actually affecting your money because of the color that you're using.
Ooh.
Your brand, the letters that you use. For example, hold on, let me grab something real quick. So this hat is someone ended up, booking me to talk to me about their brand, and her name is Jazz. She sent me this hat. I helped her design this hat. So I told her she's born on the 22nd, which is a master number, which is the master builder. She's born on the 22nd. And if you look at the 22nd letter in the alphabet, it's V, right? And if you look at it, right, Virgos, they're good at building things. They're very, 2 + 2 = 4. OCD, if you look at O, C, D, you add those letters up, it adds up to 13, and then that's 4, right? So you start to realize, and then I told her, I said, use the color orange because orange adds up to 33. It's 33. So I said, this is, and imagine, right? She didn't understand. Like, imagine not knowing this type of stuff and not realizing that if I go live and I wear this hat, I'm having more influence. I'm having more influence. So yeah, it matters, you know. They say purple is of royalty, right? The 7th chakra, the 3rd eye, they're all versions of purple.
It's a crown.
Exactly.
That's royalty.
Exactly. The colors matter. That's why if you look at people, you know, when they do those little meetings, they do those meetings for like the markets, for taxes, for interest rates. They do these type of meetings, and you have to pay attention to what they're wearing, the colors that they're wearing. You have to pay attention to there's an AI of this matrix. There's an algorithm of this matrix. That's why if you think of something, not pop up on the phone, but pop up in real life, there's an AI, and this AI will talk to you. So, for example, I remember one time I was watching something on YouTube, and all of a sudden my screen completely changed to something else, and it said Big Short. Big Short. What are we dealing with right now? A crash is happening. But this movie, Big Short, popped up on my... And I have a theory. The person that's in Big Short is Margot Robbie, right? The Wolf of Wall Street, Margot Robbie. What just came out, Barbie, right? If you look at that B in Barbie, there's a 13 there. Matrix. Why is Margot Robbie showing up in movies about markets, especially at a time? Yes. And then you got Barbie coming up this year, and it is the year of the financial system breaking down. 13 is the number of that too. Federal Reserve. Barbie, and she's at the cover.
Did you see Babylon?
Mm-mm. Let me look at her birthday.
Babylon is about when that B is a 13, and it's about when Hollywood fell the first time, when it went from the silent to the talkies. Wow. And how all of those people fell and couldn't get into, like, the biggest superstars in the silent films couldn't translate to the talkies, and she was huge, and I think she even got nominated. See, it was an incredible film,
and it's funny because
they dogged it.
Let me do this. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying it got dogged, but I saw that.
She's
film
a 28
like
life path. She's a 28 life path. You see how she's the highest grossing movie this year? 28.
My son says she's in everything. Like, there's everyone's trying. My son told me that she was booked through. He said, like, it's some crazy number. Like, she's booked for like the next 5 years.
She's a 28.
No one can book her. She's booked.
She's a 28. But here's the thing too, right? Here's the thing too. She's born the year of the horse, right? So of course, her popping up, I feel like she is a sign. I feel like they use her as a sign to represent financial system too, because that's what they do. They put certain people, and they know these birthdays, they put certain people in certain things because their birthday signifies something to their other elites or their other, you know what I'm saying? So when you have certain people as a lead role, so her birthday, so when we talk about the rat race, right? Where is the rat race usually taken a part of, or is most popular? New York, because that's where the Wall Street is, right? New York, I believe it's either a monkey or a dragon, but monkey, dragon, and rat are all connected. Why do you think there's so many rats in New York, right? She's born the year of the horse, which is the enemy sign of the rat, which would make sense as her being a sign of the rat race falling. It makes sense. It makes sense. It makes sense. It makes sense. And what you'll see too is like this AI will send you so many messages. Like you'll just be thinking of something and it'll pop up. That's the AI of the Matrix talking to you.
But you have to vibrate to get those downloads.
People don't see those codes. But the fact that
you can't be resonating low.
But the fact that you was peeping codes, just on your own goes to show how in tune you are. But also another thing too is they said that this is a cat century. They say this is a cat century because 1999 the cat year ended at like February of 2000. So the whole 2000s is a cat century. So as the whole 2000 goes, the cat will be favored. Also, they said that the cat was highly favored in Egypt, and that's why the cat was such a big, that's why you couldn't hurt a cat. If you hurt a cat, you would go to jail. You would get killed because of the significance of a cat.
Woo! You want to hear something crazy?
Go ahead.
Friday came out in 1994. That's a 5.
Okay.
It changed my life.
Mm-hmm.
Then
let's look at the date.
Cousin.
What day did Friday? What day did?
April 26th.
April 26th? No wonder why it did so well money-wise. You know what I'm saying? 26 is 8. April 26th, you said what year? 1994?
1994. But that year equals 5.
8 life path,
What?
8 day. 8 life path, 8 day. 8 life path, 8 day. Go ahead.
Then 1998, I booked Cousin Skeeter, which is a 9-year, and that completed my cycle, my showbiz cycle. I stopped in 1998.
Hold on, wait,
and that's
wait,
a 9.
Wait, hold on. I'm doing something real quick. Hold on, I'm adding some up. Okay, hold on. You said 1994 was a 5-year. You was in an 8-year.
Yeah,
you were in an 8-year, a year of money.
If you add up
the year that changed your life, you was in an 8-year. The 19. So you said 1998 is when you stopped, and you said that was a 9-year.
Well, that's when it started. God.
Your comedian, did you start? What happened?
The final episode of Cousin Skeeter, I was the mom on Cousin Skeeter. It was a sitcom on Nickelodeon. Mm-hmm. Did you ever see that with Megan Good and Robert Rashad? It was the puppet.
Let me see.
Cousin Skeeter. The final episode aired May 19, 2001.
May 19, 2001. That's the final episode?
That was the final episode.
So
I'm trying to see
on the 19th, that's your day. May 19th, 1990. What year? 2001.
2001.
That was a 9-day.
That was the final.
That was a 9-day.
It completed.
And it was a 9 life path. Wait, check this out. It was a 9 life path, but it was a 1 day. So it was the ending, but a new beginning for you. And what that means too is that month was a month of endings for you too.
That whole year was a year of endings, because that's when our divorce happened.
That's the thing too. Like, let's say someone's in a 7-year. Usually when people are in a 7, go ahead. No, go ahead.
It premiered September 1. 1998.
September 1. 1-9.
It was just nines and ones. September
And
9, the 1,
that's when it
and that 1 and
debuted.
8. Oh my God.
That show
That's when it
made a lot of
debuted.
money. That show made a lot of money. That show made a lot of money.
That show made so much money that they didn't have to, it only ran for 3 years because kids will watch the same episode. Our demographic was like age 4 to 12.
Mm-hmm.
And those kids will watch the same episode literally 52 times.
Wow.
And
These
they
dates are
didn't have
crazy.
to. These dates are insane. I didn't realize that. And my store opened September 1. That is 9-1. And then that 1 and 8 in the year, it's just all ones and nines like me.
See?
I was supposed to do that show.
Yes, you was. Yes.
You know
1999,
what's deep? They had someone.
1999, you probably made a lot of money too.
That was a good year.
It was cat year.
That's when I went into commercials, and I was booking.
That's when you said you booked that commercial that was paying. Is that year? Yup.
That year I booked a milk commercial. That it was a global, and I worked with one of the biggest directors in. Oh God, I forgot his name, but he was just known for making. He did the music videos. A white guy. He was a Pisces. I see him, and on that one, I won't say I was assaulted, but what happened was I went to my trailer. The guy who owned the trailers saw me walk past him, saw me walk into the trailer, and I went into the bathroom to use the bathroom. And as soon as I got my pants down, he opened the door. And I was like, I screamed. And I was trying to shut the door, and he put his foot. So I couldn't shut the door, and he was mimicking me. He was going, and I just couldn't believe what was, almost, I can't believe I'm bringing on, and I couldn't believe what was happening to me. I was on this humongous project. Like the biggest director, I'm featured. I was going to do the American market and the Spanish market because of my look.
Mm-hmm.
After that happened, I was just out of it. And I got my pants are around my ankles, and I'm trying to shut the door while this man is taunting me. So I get the door shut, and I go to the first AD, and I tell him what happened. And he's like, oh, accidents, and they all just talked over me. So I know this guy was doing this a lot because they all just pushed me aside. They were just like, and he targeted me. And then the director turned on me. Everything was fine up to that moment. And then the director wouldn't look at me anymore. He gave me no direction. He was just like, whatever. Yeah, whatever. Because they went and told him. And then later I called the producer, and the producer was like, what do you want, Angela? You're talking about a stand-up guy. And I was just like, and I didn't want to get blackballed. It was such a big project. I wanted it to keep going. And everything stopped right there. It just stopped right there. And I don't know the days, but it was a big commercial. It was a milk board. So, and I didn't get the Spanish market. And the Spanish, if I had got the Spanish market, that would have been about $2 million.
But at what cost?
Boom. And it broke me. It broke me to see. And then I realized I keep getting targeted. Like there's no, it's like you see somebody, it's like, well, why do things always keep happening to you, Angela? When I was at the kitchen, it was like things were always happening. And people come down on you like it's you. But it was the universe saying, okay, your time here is done. I'll write a book about it, eventually. We already have the name. Hi, Felicia. We've already started
Wow, I like that. I like
right?
that.
Maybe that's it. I don't know, but the story will be told. I'm not trying to do a tell-all. I'm not trying to tell on people. I could tell you, I could tell on so many people
Oh,
that
trust
they
me.
would come after me.
I already told you about I wasn't even in the entertainment, but you got a 42-year-old woman coming onto a 22-year-old.
Wow. That's correct.
Yeah.
It's it's the same with me. It's something about the Scorpio. Like we come
It's because
to
Scorpio.
change you.
What the I was just about you just said we come to change you, right? The word Scorpio adds up to 5. That's why Scorpios are one of the most sexual signs. But it also don't make it better that I'm born on the 23rd. So what I've noticed too, and I don't even know if there is no advice to give. I don't even know, but what I've noticed too is that because anybody that has that 20, not that 23, but that 5 energy, they tend to have people, the sexual energy can be strong, even though we could do nothing. Anybody with just 5 energy or just Scorpio energy, we could be doing nothing. But the energy is like blood. And what people will do is they will literally try to like they'll sexualize me. And I'm like, I don't like this. Because then what they'll do is they'll just use that energy. They'll try to take it, or they'll try to, go ahead.
If they can't have it, then they start trying to manipulate you and make you think that it's you, that it's narcissist. We're narcissists.
That's what happened.
One of the guys was born on the 14th. The 2 blondes, one of them was born.
That's why it's
14th.
beautiful. That's why.
He was a Cancer though. 714. I see 714 all day long. My number is 74. I see it all day long. When I look at my phone, there'll be a 4 and a 7 in it. And the woman who pushed me out of the Jewish tribe was born the exact same day. The one that said she's got to go. We don't want Black children here. Wow. She was born July 14.
Wow.
And this guy, he harassed me so much that I couldn't take it. And then things started happening to me. And I realized, okay, I'm in this 23. It's time to go.
Change. Wow.
Yeah.
This is yeah. And it's funny because people, that sexual energy, what I started to notice is like you'll start to feel like you did something wrong, or you'll start to feel like I did something wrong, because after that experience, and one day I've been wanting to truly like tell this story of like how traumatizing that was last year with that low vibrational plate lady. Like people, like she would literally be on live sexualizing me. I'm over here trying to sell the TLC product. I'll be over here trying to sell the little TLC product, and it's like you're shaking your ass behind my head and saying I'm Styx's backup dancer, or then doing things like you'll say like, oh yeah, I'm your, like, you can see me like as a mother or whatever, but then it's like you're trying to find ways to get me to touch you. You get what I'm saying? Like any little way to get me to touch you. You have me, like, I'm thinking like, yeah, this is like mom, like a mom type of mentor. And it's like, she's like, you know how girls, we be like, hey girl, can you help me with my scalp? You can oil my scalp. And I'm oiling your scalp, and you're on live talking about some only Ori can put her fingers through my hair. And I'm like, Like her employee looked at me and I'm like, and even her employee looked at me and said, Stormy gets really sexual with you. She always sticking her tongue out at you. I said, is she usually like this? But the moment I started to keep asking questions like, is this normal? Is this this? Is this that? That's when people started putting lies against me and I got fired. And afterwards, I started feeling so disgusted because I was like, you get so blinded by what they get you to do. It's like, yeah, just drive the Bentley while we go, or just drive the G-Wagon. She could drive the G-Wagon, it's fine. Or you're putting your chain on me, or you're this and this and that, and you're like, I'm 22, so I'm not seeing it as that. I'm not seeing it as that until I get out of the situation.
Trying to be with the program.
Yeah, and I end up later on. I'm like, after I leave, I can feel myself like my stomach is getting sick thinking about it. I could throw up. I started getting disgusted at what happened. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I was literally being like groomed. I was being groomed, and I was like, yeah. But then when you look at it, right? When you look at that person's birthday, she's a 5 life path. She was a stripper. The number of sex. So you could tell her.
These two guys were four, and they were sexualizing me.
But you said they were on the 14th though.
Right, that day, but both of their life paths were 4. But
I know, but I'm saying you got to remember I'm not a 5 life path, but I'm born on the 23rd. So you said one of those people were born on the 14th.
One of them was the 14th, and one of them was the 29th. So there was that 11 and that 5, and they were tag teaming me, and
that's what they do, man. That's what they do.
Yeah, it made me feel like there was something wrong with me.
Yes.
Your help. Leave me alone. I need your help. I need to do a good job. I need your direction from you. Please stop having an agenda.
Yeah, that's exactly.
It's like an agenda
she would be like, tell me what to do. You have to tell me what to do. Like it's like, and she was a Pisces too. So these Pisces, they like to create these like fantasies in their head. God. Yeah, they would create these fantasies in her head. Like, girl, like I'm not. I got a video that she sent me, and I'm like, did you want me to? Because I was running her social media. I was like, did you want me to post this? Like, did you? No, I was just sending it to you, showing you what I'm doing. Because the video is a little, I was just showing you what I'm doing, but I'll call you later. Oh, okay. I'll be like, oh, okay. You'll call me. She's on the trip. Oh, you miss me? No. Oh, fuck you. And I'm like,
you got a case, to tell you the truth. If you were an employee, you have a serious case.
I have a case because I want to use it, baby. I want to use it. I want this person.
If you were an employee.
I was an employee. I signed it. Yes, I was.
And everybody saw?
Yep. I have video. I've saved video of
and
this
all
person.
The stuff that she was sending you.
I have.
You have a very strong case. You were sexually harassed, and that's here in California. If you tell somebody, oh my attorney told me one of my employees developed a crush on me, and she was a little starstruck, and it was very, very difficult for me. I had to stop coming to the kitchen. And then one day she was telling me about her wife's breasts were leaking, and the whole time she was telling me that her wife's breasts were leaking, she was looking at my breasts, fondling her own. And for something else, I just was telling this to an attorney, and she said, that's sexual harassment. Like, you cannot talk about body parts. You can't talk about your family.
Is that sensitive? Oh, I got a case.
And you can consult an attorney for free, and they will 100% take your case, and you will automatically get 10 G's off of this. And I shouldn't be telling you this because somebody coming after me, but
because
that's wrong what they did to you.
Yeah, and it's funny because even it got so bad that her boyfriend at the time, he was my dog, but then he turned against me because he's thinking this girl about to, and it's crazy because I remember having a conversation inside of her hotel room, and we're talking about like, some spirituality, some African spirituality, and she says, as long as you don't try to fuck me, and I'm like,
she said that to you?
She said, as long as you don't try to fuck me, we're good.
And you were an employee?
Yep. And whenever she would hear
you did a W-2, you were
Yes.
And taxes were taken out of your check.
I don't know if taxes were taken out of the check, but she definitely wrote a tax. I think she definitely wrote the check. But
you gotta listen. It sounds like you might have been an independent contractor. If you you either did a 1099.
A 1099. That's what I did.
Okay, you were a contractor. You don't.
I can't even do it.
It is what it is. No, you weren't an employee. You were an independent contractor. So you literally were self-employed. You worked for yourself, and then you contracted out a service. Okay. So an employee is somebody that
but yeah,
you don't work for yourself. You work for them.
But I already know after I got fired, that's a lot of negative things happened on her end that I already knew, was the karma, but this is just to
this company can't open their second facility.
See,
they built a second facility, and it's been going on 3 years now, and they can't get it open. I was the heartbeat of that first, the heartbeat, and they abused me.
Yeah.
They didn't have my back. They didn't hold me up like the heartbeat that they should have, and they just kept nipping at me and saying things and messing with my confidence, and then they would trigger me, step back and laugh. Then people kept coming, stealing my employees. They wouldn't have my back. So then I ended up with no employees. So I had, Mexican employees. Then another kitchen had Mexican employees. They would come over to the black kitchen, steal their employees. Then I'd go get another employee, train them up. Somebody else come and get them. So all of this was happening in there, plus the Lizzo thing, plus I listen, when somebody comes at you so hard, and you are like, I literally, these dudes were so fine and so beautiful, so accomplished. I was confused.
I feel you. I feel you.
It was like trying to hold back. It was like, damn, like I said, I wanted them, but I couldn't. It was such a messy. And then moving on was the best thing that happened. Girl, I got to get my dog fed. We've been on.
I'm hungry too. So I've never streamed this long before. This is how I know this was so beautiful. Yes, of course. It says it's about 1,000 people watching right now.
My God.
Yeah, it said it's about 1,454 viewers right now. Yeah.
I love you guys. I love you. So I just want to send love. I just want to send love. And then I want you to send it back to me. Send it back to me. I want to feel it. I want high vibrations. If you're listening this long, it means because you're either fascinated and you're vibrating high and you want to vibrate higher, because there's no way that you can listen to this and not want more. I'm going to get emotional right now.
Thank you. We definitely have to talk off camera, because it's a lot more things that I want to be able to tell you, numerology wise and stuff like that, and be able to help out with anything that you have going on using numbers and things like that too. So thank you so much for coming on here. You have no clue.
I love you so much.
I love you too, girl. Like, thank you. Thank you. And one more time, let everybody know the book that you came out with, because I want them to get that.
It's called 7 Sinners and the Angel Who Loved Them. And my IG is at Chef Angela Means. So it's my name and then just put chef in the front of it.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Love you.
You have a good one, okay? And you get done what you gotta get done, and you have a good one, okay?
All right, beautiful. I'll talk to you soon.
We will. All right. Man, y'all. I don't even know what to do with myself right now. I don't even know what to do. I just talked to. Y'all can't tell me I'm not magnetic. You heard what she said? She said it was something about your look. And then I listened to you as your inner. You cannot tell me I'm not magnetic. You cannot tell me I'm. If you want to sign up for the magnetism class, y'all DM me your birthdays, $99.91. Also, if you haven't yet, make sure you go ahead and check out my crystal shop. My crystal shop has some new crystals on there. This crystal that I'm wearing right here is sunstone, which is specifically for magnetism. If you go look at the definition, like the meaning of sunstone. So y'all make sure y'all go check out the crystal shop. Man, I'm so grateful. Y'all. Like, y'all been watching me do this shit. Like, I'm making my dreams come true. And it's crazy because she was telling me, like, her spirit was literally telling me, you don't need the industry, baby. You can do it by yourself. You don't need the industry. You can do it by yourself. I'm like, you can do it by yourself. Thank you to my ancestors. Thank you. This is like really happening. Y'all, this is really happening. Y'all. I love y'all so much. Thank y'all. Y'all are making my dreams come true. I want y'all to know, she would have never saw my videos if it wasn't for y'all liking them, y'all sharing them, y'all supporting them. We are getting in front of powerful people. If you have not yet liked this live, subscribe. And if you want to join the magnetism class, DM me on Insta, guys. Thank you to my ancestors. Thank y'all so much. You guys make this happen. People wouldn't want to get on this podcast or this video if nobody was watching. It's because y'all. Y'all, I gotta order me some food. I'm so hungry. Hold on, y'all. I gotta order me some food. I can't believe this is happening. Like, my life is. I told y'all manifestation is real. Manifestation is real. Sheesh. Manifestation is real. You definitely doing everything you said you would. Listen, y'all make sure. If this don't show you that magnetism is real, If this doesn't show you that the shit that I be talking about with magnetism isn't real, trust me. If this did not show y'all that magnetism is real, I don't know what will. I don't know what will. So again, y'all make sure y'all check out the crystal shop. Let me show y'all. Can I show y'all what we just got? Can I show y'all the new stuff we just got at the crystal shop? You chose the sticks. You make it. You start in your own wave. Thank you. What the guys? We doing this shit. We doing this shit. Okay. All right. Real quick. Okay. I want to show y'all what we added to the crystal shop. Okay. If y'all don't mind. Y'all don't mind. Y'all don't care. Y'all want to see what's in the crystal shop. Let me show y'all. Look at it. It's 10:23. It's 10:23. So let me show y'all what's in the crystal shop so y'all can go ahead and get it. Make sure so y'all can see it. So, all right. So let me show you guys a few things that we added. First things first, sunstone. This is what I'm wearing right now. Sunstone is good if you know that you want more attention, because it's good for like 5 energy. If you want people to be more attracted to you, you want confidence, sunstone is what you want to get, right? Garnet, good for money. Herkimer diamond, I would recommend if you're into like, psychic abilities and tapping into different channels. These aren't new. Let me show you what is new, okay? Let me show you what is new. This is what I'm wearing right now. This Arusha Sunstone. This is what I'm wearing right now. This is new. Hold on, let me move myself out the way a little bit. So this is new. The Sunstone. This is new. What else is new? This is right here. Combined Sunstone and Moonstone Palms is new. We have a whole bunch of new bracelets too. Peridot bracelet out. New Peridot bracelet. If you have any questions too, I'm just going to show y'all. You know what I'm saying? Oh, snap. No, we're going to bracelets. Yeah, we got bracelets. New bracelets up too. So we have garnet, money, blue sandstone, fairy emotions, malachite, money, wealth, royalty, peridot, royalty, yellow tiger's eye, black obsidian. So those are some of the new bracelets. You feel me? Y'all go ahead and check it out. The link is in the bio, manhurts.com, y'all. The link is in the bio, manhurts.com. Manhurts.com. All right? Manhurts.com. Showing y'all some of the new stuff we got. I'm excited for my lapis and sardonyx. Yes. You know what I'm saying? We got moss agate back in stock. Moss agate back in stock. So yeah, y'all make sure y'all check that out. All right? Y'all make sure y'all check that out. But guys, this is how I know, like, I'm supposed to be doing this. I'm supposed to be doing this. I'm supposed to be doing this shit. Like, this is so amazing. This is so amazing, y'all. Listen, let me tell y'all something, man. Go after that shit. Whatever it is that you want, you go after that shit. Go after that shit. I don't even know what to say anymore. I don't even know what to say anymore. I'm just going to get off. Y'all. I love you guys so much. We did it. Oh my gosh. Listen, y'all. I'm gonna start something new too. If y'all do like a little, like, let's say you do like $1 a donation or whatever. You know how people and when they do like the streams and stuff, let's say you do like $1 donation, I'll tell you about your birthday. There you go. Like, you do $1, you do any little donation, I'll tell you about your birthday. If anybody want to do that. What's up with bro? Why bro hating? Yo, why bro hating? Yeah, man. But that's crazy, man. This is crazy. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all so much. I can't believe I've been streaming this long. Wow. This is magical. Y'all saw all those synchronicities that was happening? Did y'all see all them synchronicities? Did y'all see all them synchronicities that was happening? Did y'all see that? All them synchronicities that was happening. Tell me y'all saw that. Tell me y'all saw all them synchronicities. All right, y'all, I gotta go. I don't even know what to say no more. I don't even know what to say. If you have questions, I'll answer y'all questions. If you have questions, I'll answer your questions. Cause I ain't got nothing else. I ain't got nothing else to say. 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 Do you have questions? Cause I'm about to get off. No. All right, y'all. I love you guys.